Have you started?
It says waiting.
Okay.
But I have hit the button, so yeah, it's fine. It's so low resolution. No one's going to see that anyway, I don't think. And there we are.
Hi.
So, and we'll see if you were checking your teeth in front of everybody in just a few seconds.
Well,
Let's
they're
see how
certainly
the
going to
sound
hear
is.
you talking about it.
All right. Yep. There you go.
Hello. Great.
Everybody, Jen does not have any spinach in her teeth, just in case you were worried. You
I
can
just
put
had some
that to
pistachios.
rest right there. Oh, pistachios you were worried about?
Yeah.
Hey, Leva. Hey, Richard Clark. Nice teeth.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah. That's certainly one thing I got better than you. My teeth are definitely better than yours, I would say, because I had braces, so.
I had braces.
Yeah, but mine are straight all the way along. Yours are a little down here.
Yeah, I think mine got taken off a little too early. When
Oh,
I
is that
was
what
young.
happened?
Yeah.
It never occurred to me to ask.
Well, actually, they took them off before the wisdom teeth got pulled. And
Oh,
so
really?
the wisdom teeth, when they came in, pushed
How old were you when you had your braces?
14, 15, 16, something like that.
That's how late wisdom teeth come in?
I can remember being in high school, and I took the day off when I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and my dad took very good care of me. I remember feeling very cared for.
Been slightly drugged, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely drugged. Totally drugged.
Completely zonked and out of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, so then, yeah, because it's just like a little. I mean,
Yeah.
not that anybody notices unless
Yeah.
I point it out to everybody in a live stream. Well done, me. But yeah, apparently they just knew what they were doing in Belfair.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that. It just seems a bit silly to go through years and years and years of getting your teeth straightened, and then,
It took years?
yeah. You didn't have your braces on for years?
I don't remember how long. I can't imagine it was years.
Oh, mine definitely was. I used to have a big gap between their tooth front teeth.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I two hundred. They were practically like that.
Oh, mine weren't that bad.
Yeah, mine were really, really bad. I could not whistle through them because the hole was just way, way too big. There was no utility to them whatsoever.
Hey, you guys, we've been married for this long, and we're just finding out about each
Still
other's braces.
learning new things every day. Hi, everybody. El Dorado, hey, good. Poland
To the
and
dental
China.
Oh, there's a guy
and
with a Rahdo in
Belgium.
his. Oh, the Rahdo Dental Hour. Okay.
What's that? Oh,
It just
anytime somebody types my name in, since this is a Rahdo chat channel, I don't think anybody else sees that, but since I'm Rahdo, if we typed in Stony977, he would see it pop up, I think, highlighted for him.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. So, everybody's saying hello.
Yeah.
That's nice. We can just keep talking about dentistry, I suppose.
Yeah. Actually, this is big enough that I can actually read it.
Yeah, I know.
I won't be calling anybody flash bum
Yeah.
this time.
Well, that means it kind of loses something, doesn't it?
My old lady eyes.
There's Slicker Drips. Tom Heath. That's not right. It should be Slicker Drips. Oh well. Perhaps that's his secret identity, and he's trying to go incognito, and
Oh,
I've just
and now
outed
you've
him.
outed him. I tell ya.
Quest for El Dorado, Black Banana, is a deck building race game, and I'll be kind of walking through the basics of it. I'm sure there's a few people who are watching who know how to play. And right, everybody, let's get right to it. Somebody must be the leader. Flash Bums Unite, says Steve Davies.
All right.
Somebody has to be captain of the internet because we're going to say Jen goes first, I go second, you guys go third. And so you'll have a little bit of time to talk amongst yourselves while we're taking our turns. And what I'm going to do is, obviously it's a deck builder. We're not supposed to know what's in your hand until you actually play them. I have designated a spot on the table where I will lay them out while trying not to look. Jen won't look, so we will try not to take advantage of the fact that we can see what cards you've got in your hand. You can trust us, right? We're trustworthy folks. And and so you'll see them out there while we're taking our turns, and hopefully that's enough time for you guys to figure out what you want to do, unless, of course, we inadvertently block you and destroy all your plans. But then you will tell us what you want to do. But there'll be a bunch of people watching. One person will be responsible for saying, this is what we, the internet, do. And so I'm putting it out there. Who wants to volunteer? Leva's here. I know she's volunteered in the past to be captain of the internet, and if she's up for it again, that's awesome. Leva wants to know, do we trust them? Well, You'll be able to see us in a little tiny picture-in-picture, so keep an eye on our eyes. If Jen's just start going, as I play them out there, you'll know something's up.
Of course, the hardest thing to do when somebody points something out is not look at it. So.
Yeah, indeed, yes. We've put that out there. Hopefully within the next 20 or 30 seconds, somebody will say, I volunteer to stand in for the rest of the internet to take me and Jen down. Although, I'm just going to predict it right here, folks. It's going to be a narrow race between you and Jen, with me coming in a distant third. Just FYI. Leva just said volunteer. I mean, she said that. No, she didn't. She says looking for volunteers. But all I see is Leva volunteer. So, boom, she's in. Black Banana. Black Banana is up. All right. BB, if I can call you that. I don't know. Black Banana will be the one who makes the final determination. Obviously, you'll have a bunch of people shouting at you, suggesting X, Y, or Z, but your word is final.
Now, can you make him something so that his stuff
I could get, all right, Black Banana, I don't know you, but I'm going to make you an administrator, so don't let that power go to your head. Let's see here, add moderator. That means there will be a little wrench next to your name, I think.
Yeah, because Leva still has a wrench next to her.
Oh, no, I mean, there can be multiple moderators, right. So in theory, when Black Banana starts talking, we will see that so your name pops out amongst everybody else's.
Okay.
Alrighty, and if anybody sees any jerks show up who just want to start spamming or doing terrible things, as a moderator, you do have the power to boot them. And like I said, I don't know you, Black Banana, but I like the cut of your jib. Stepping up to the plate saying, I can do it. That means you're an okay guy or girl.
Or fruit.
Or fruit. You're an okay fruit in my book. Even if you're a little bruised, I guess. Or is there another potential Black Banana?
When they get, no, I think it's just that the skin turns black when they turn over.
Exactly,
ripe.
yes. There's not some famous Costa Rican Black Banana out there that, that they come black.
I think that maybe Black Banana himself ought to address that.
I think Black Banana really has to explain him or herself. Right, but Black Banana is
so he's
on
just written,
board.
And he's got his wrench.
Yes, he's got his wrench, so we can see him. Let's go on ahead and get the game on screen, which means bye-bye to us. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Bye-bye or good riddance.
Hello. So tiny.
Yeah, where's that red handle?
It's very hard to see. Probably be enough size, and then over here.
Perfect. Yeah, just chuck us over there in the far reaches of the land.
Up a bit of the board. So, hopefully, now of course, the resolution is limited. The internet is not as fast as we would like it here in beautiful Gozo, but hopefully you guys can make it out. I mean, I don't expect you to be able to read the names of these cards, but that's okay because it's all auf Deutsch anyway.
Oh yeah.
And but hopefully you should be able to see what the icons do. Let's see, where's the chat window? There it is back, and I need to bring this up just so that I can see if this ever goes down. Alrighty, so I cut jib, step up to the plate. Well said, Matt. So hopefully you guys can make out that this provides 2 machetes. This provides 2 gold or 2 coins or 2 money. This provides your choice. 1 machete, 1 paddle, or 1 money. 3 machetes, 4 money, and when you use this, it has to be trashed. Hopefully you guys can read that. Otherwise, this is going to be very, very difficult for you. Also, when you're doing your deck building and you decide you want to add a card to your deck, you can just tell me, oh, we want to add card number 4. The game doesn't come with all these numbers. I've just taken these out of Vasco da Gama. So we've just numbered the stacks 1 through 6, and then there's 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way from 7 to 18 over there. All righty. They're all joking about plates and decks and whatnot. Come on, folks. This is serious stuff here. All right, are we caught up? Yes, we are. All righty, so, BB, I'm just talking to you here, because really, at the end of the day, you're the most important person. You can actually make out what these are. And, let's see. Should I teach you guys how to play it? Because this is going to be a filmed run through. So, you guys are just going to be guest appearing in the run through. So I will do some explanation like I do at the beginning of a normal run through, but I guess I should walk you guys through it a little bit more right now. So you folks, specifically BB, will be able to keep track of what's going on. So here's the deal. I'm going to assume you played Dominion or some other deck builder and understand the basics. Here's your deck. Your deck starts with, can't actually see your screen. Let's scroll back down. Oh, of course, that's 30 seconds ago. Your deck starts, all of our decks have 8 cards in them. You've got some money, machete, money, machete, paddle, machete, and money. I believe that's 3 machetes, 1 paddle, and 4 money. And, of course, at the beginning of the game, your deck is going to get shuffled up. And unlike most deck builders, you're going to start with a hand of 4 cards. This is not your real starting hand, but so hopefully you guys can see that you are starting out with 1 machete and 3 money. Now, of course, that money can be used to buy new cards. On your turn, when it comes around to your turn, you are going to use your cards for a combination of things. Every turn you get to buy 1 new card. This costs 1, this costs 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4. These are the only ones that are available to buy right now. These ones that are on this little market thing. And on your turn, if you've got enough money, you could buy any of them. They go into your discard pile. Later on, you'll get them in your hand and you can use them for their special power. Now, alternatively, you can, these cards all are worth 1. Any card that doesn't say how much money it's worth, like these, is worth half a dollar. So if you had drawn, say, this instead, all you want to do is buy, you have 1, 2, 3, because this is half a dollar, this is half a dollar, so you would have 3, which means you could buy all the way up to this card or this card. But that means you're not using these for their main use, which is moving around. You'll notice here we are, you're the red player, you're Jen, then me, then you, and on your turn, if you play a machete, that lets you move 1 space. If you were to play a second machete, you can move a second space. If you were then to play an oar, you could move a space through the water. It's as simple as that. It's really simple, streamlined. We're racing. Everybody's racing to get to El Dorado. As soon as somebody makes it onto this tile, that triggers the end of the game. Everybody else has until the end of the round to make it. And so while you're doing that, you're also deck building, getting better and better cards. So most of these cards are pretty straightforward. They're just let you move through jungle with the machetes, let you move through water, the oars. Some of them are wild. You could use this as a machete or an oar. Money can be used to buy stuff, or it can be used to move through the villages. You can see you need 2 money to move into this space. You need 3 money to move into this space. Yes, Honey Pie?
Oh, when you're pointing at these, your finger's just barely on the screen. So.
I am failing at pointing?
Yeah.
All righty.
You were just, when you're pointing like this, you can
All right.
barely
Oh,
see
and
it.
while I was talking, they were saying things, but I didn't miss any of it. All righty. I missed all of it because I was, right. DTT, how to play this game. No, not me, unfortunately. And somebody's at the door.
Yep.
Jen will go see who's at the door. How interesting. Let's see, and I will look to see what you guys have been saying so far. Black Banana, you don't know how to play. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. In a minute, let's see. 4 cards. Yes, I know, it's crazy. Only 4 cards. It breaks the cardinal rule of deck building. Alrighty. Right, we're going to make it clear where we are moving to. Basically, that is the trickiest thing. I think what you guys are going to have to say when you're deciding, if you want to, in a given turn, move 4 times, you'll have to say move, northeast, southeast, northeast, northeast. Because, you can go north-south or northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest. Mostly we're going to be trying to push east as fast as possible because, oops, that's upside down. West. We're trying to go west, young man. No, it is east. Yes, I was right. This way is west. This way is east. So you guys can basically say, if you're planning to move 3 times, say northeast, northeast, southeast, and I'll know that meant you want to go boom, boom, boom. I'll confirm that we can actually do that with your cards. Yeah. Like Dan said, north, northwest. Yeah, exactly. Easy peasy. And if you want to buy something, you can tell us which one you want to buy because they're numbered. All righty. Don't worry, BB, we have not started yet. You'll know when it starts because I'm going to bring the the thing out and say, hey, everybody, today Rahdo runs through blah, blah, and we're joined. And so you'll know when we start. Anyway. Yum, yum. Okay. I hear El Dorado. I can think of a cartoon, a serious season. Wow, what's that, Honey Pie?
Some games have arrived.
Some games have arrived, Honey Pie.
Yeah, some, I don't know.
Ooh, cool.
And some other.
All right, well, we'll have to worry about that later.
Yes.
Games have shown up. It's game day. If you guys want, we can do an unboxing later, I suppose. Okay. So, right. So, you know how to tell me which way you want to move. You know how to tell me which card you want to add. Now, here is probably the single funkiest thing about this game as in terms of deck building. There are only 3 of any of these cards. There's only 3 of them to be had. Once somebody buys this and this and this and these are gone, the next time somebody wants to buy a card, they can buy any of the ones that are remaining, or if they've got the money, they can buy any of these that are in the queue. So, they could buy this native guide if they have 5. So this would go into their discard pile. The other 2 would come over here, and that would now be available for everybody else to buy. Pretty straightforward. So, over time, the market will change and evolve based on what people choose to buy. And so if that ever has a situation where on my turn I buy the last of one of these, when it comes around to your turn, you would have the opportunity to say, I want to buy number 11 because we have $4 and we're going to fill in the space that emptied out with card number 11, the cartographer. Right. Let me know if that makes sense. Let's see here. And of course, I've missed a couple of pages of whatever you're talking about. What are the gray spaces? Right. Okay. So you need machetes. Green to move through the green, blue to move through the blue, gold to move through the yellow. The gray spaces are just discard any card you want. You discard a green card to move through a gray space, or a green space. The gray spaces are wild, so you could discard a special funky card. It just goes to your discard pile and you move into it. Some of them, like all of these, require just 1 to get in. This one, to step from here to here, or if you spent 2 machetes to get in here, and then you want to move here, you got to discard 3 cards, any cards you want from your hand. And remember, our hand size is small. Normally, it's only 4. Although some of these cards will let us get extra cards in our hand with their special abilities. There's a couple of other things. So, say you moved, and then you bought a card. And then on your next turn, you moved, and you bought a card. Now, you're coming up to your next turn. You may notice there is this barrier here. This barrier requires 1 additional water to move through it. So to move from here to here, you'd have to basically spend 2 ores. 1 to clear the barrier, and then another to get into this space. And there's a barrier at the intersection of each of these big tiles. So it's kind of a mechanism that if one person's just screaming way out in the lead and the other players have kind of fallen behind, well, he's having to pay to break down all these barriers. You need a paddle to get through this barrier. You need 2 machetes to get through here. Discard any 2 you want. This one requires $1. This one requires any card you want. The other interesting thing, too, is if at the end of the game, multiple players have made it across the finish line at the same time, these barriers are the tiebreaker. Whoever has the most barriers breaks the tie. If there's a tie on the number of barriers, they have little numbers on them, like this is number 4, 5, 6, 2, and 3. So whoever has the highest value barrier breaks the break. If in case multiple people make it across the finish line at the same round. Right. And let's see if that all makes sense. And of course, I'll be talking about this while we play too. We'll do the unboxing afterwards. Everybody has to remember once the game is over and we get to the Q&A, first question can be, open the box, in which case we'll open the box. Let's see here. What else do we got? See what you got. One card, one space. Unboxing, yes, it does. Unboxing, yay. Everybody's just very excited about the unboxing. We can forget the whole game and just make this an unboxing live video if you guys want, but we should really... Red Player 1, this was my pick for Game of the Year. I mean, what was it? Which one? Oh, King Domino is nice. We definitely liked it, but this we really like this game quite a bit. And we're excited to get to play it 3-player because we've only played as a 2-player and it's radically different as a 2-player game. So we're really excited. Right. Got to go. Black Banana! You failed us. Leva, are you ready to step up? because I know you'll be here the whole time. I will wait for the answer while drinking, having a sip, and looking over at those boxes. Oh my goodness, what could they be? All righty. Levi, I think it's going to be you. I think you have to accept your density. Jen's over looking at the boxes now.
Yep. Well, this one says 10.
Hey, don't spoil it. They'll find out later what it is.
Okay. Do you think this is what that is?
I don't know. We will unbox. Well, come get over here. We will unbox later. Jeez, you're terrible. You're a very bad influence on these people, who I'm sure would happily toss the game out the window, but we're here to work. This is a run-through I got to film. This was actually chosen to be filmed this month by the Secret Council. This was the Secret Council choice. That's why I got to get it filmed this month. Right. Darren volunteers. Matt, all right. So Leva will not volunteer, but she's volunteered to organize the volunteers, apparently.
Well, very good. Then let's proceed.
All right.
Oh, hi, Betsy Ercolini.
Betsy Ercolini.
What are the red spaces on the board?
What are the red spaces on the board? Oh, yes, hi, red spaces on the board. If you move into here, red spaces are like gray spaces. You have to discard a card to move in, and you can discard any card you want. But the interesting about the red space is when you do that, you trash the card. It's permanently removed from your deck. So, I mean, a big part of this game can be thinning your deck out so that you get rid of all your starting cards, you know, your one movements and your $1 cards once you get some better ones in. So, moving into a base camp, whatever card you use to move in there gets trashed out of the game. Also, you'll notice some cards have these little icons here. If you get, this is a treasure hoard. It costs you $3 to get it in your deck. Later on, when you use it, you'll get $4 to buy something better, but you will permanently trash this card. That's what you can see. This has, you know, and these have them, and these have them, and these have them. So, I prefer the density of you. All right, Matt is now the... All right. Matt is now a moderator. So I guess Leva has, for the second time, since she was the team leader last time, she is passing the baton on to somebody else. All righty. Jen's blue, I'm yellow, you guys are red.
Captain of the Internet trousers.
Yep.
Awesome. I keep thinking it'd be fun to be queen of the universe, you know, for a day or so. That'd be awesome.
All righty. Let's see, what else? Let me know if there's anything else you need me to explain, folks. Now, of course, I'm going to do a little truncated version of that, and this is a regular run-through, so I'm going to be explaining stuff as I go as well. I'm trying to think, is there any other big important stuff? You use yellows, move into yellows. This requires 3. This requires 1. Oh, here's one big thing. This is a very important. At some point, you might buy this this scout that gives you 2. It gives you 2 machetes. And also on your turn, you have one of these foresters. So you have a total of 3 machetes, right? You might think, oh, I'll play both of them to move from here into this space because this space requires 3 machetes. You cannot do that. To move into this space, you cannot combine cards for movement. You can combine cards for buying stuff, but to move into this space, you got to have a triple machete, which means... let's see, here's a 5 machete, here's a 6 machete,
here's a 3 machete,
and here's a 3 machete. So that's a very easy mistake to make, that you cannot combine cards for movement. You can combine them for buying, but not for movement. So that might mess you guys up a little bit. And, you know, the first to cross these lines, you have to pay a little bit more to cross. We talked about the reds. There's one more big thing. Oh, 2 more big things. 1, these mountains, you cannot move into them. They're completely blocked. Also, you cannot move through other players. Like if Jen were here, if Jen were here and you guys were here and you guys, oh, we've got a whole bunch of money. I want to use my money to move through here. You can't because Jen is blocking. Jen is a total blocker, which means, hopefully you've got some paddles so that you can go around her. Because players are walls to each other, these mountains are walls as well. So there's one other interesting little trick. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants the rules, Oh, I see Leva just posted a link. Leva just posted a link. If you go back to the very, very top of the chat, if it hasn't scrolled off, you can get a link to the rules if you want to check them as we go. These are caves. You'll notice there are 4 tiles here. Whenever you move adjacent to one of these, so if you go, oh, I will use a machete, and then some money, and then a machete, you use your 3 cards to move over here. Whenever you move next to a cave, you get to claim this. You'll find out what it is. We'll flip it over. It's public knowledge, and it might be an extra machete or an extra dollar or the ability to trash a card. They have a bunch of simple things, and so you'll be able to use that on a future turn. Now, the interesting thing is, once you've gotten that, say on your next turn you decide, oh, I'm going to move here, you don't get another one. You don't get them when you orbit around a thing, but say on your next turn, you used a paddle and then a dollar, you walked away and then walked back, you were here and then you used a dollar and then a machete to move away and then move back, you could get a second one of these. So your early game could just be kind of, just going to hop back and forth to collect all of these, but while you're messing around with that, the rest of us are zipping on ahead. So that's something to bear in mind as well. And we'll talk about what they are when you guys actually find one, because you can use them on a given turn. Oh yeah, you got to play with the cave variant. The games, really is a big part of the game.
Somebody did ask if this is available in English yet.
No, it is not. I believe by Gen Con it should be. It's going to be coming out in English within the next month or 2, is my understanding. Not that I have any inside information, but I did read that somewhere. Right. And although in the meantime, we've got the German version. We're totally happy with it. Other than the fact that it's German names on all the cards, everything else is icon-based. You don't need to be able to read a lick of German because you can just download the English rules. Alrighty. Matt is nodding. I'm going to assume, Matt, that means you're ready to go. As the captain, all I got to hear from you is, got it, Rahdo. Let's boogie.
They're saying put
that's a
them
good
down.
idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, we'll lay them down. Yeah. Okay. Good call, Leva. Alrighty. Although, hey, why don't you back off? You're not captain of the internet anymore. You have abdicated your responsibilities, lady.
She's just a summarizer of the internet.
Okay.
And doing a mighty fine
All
job.
right, well, I guess she's co-captain then. Right. When is Gen Con? Honey Pie, when are you going to run Gen Con with a J?
I think they're asking about
No.
Gen Con with a G.
No, they spelled it Gen Con.
I know, but they
J-E-N.
probably don't know.
No, I'm sure it was a joke.
Oh, okay.
But anyway.
Sorry.
All right. So I think you guys are good to go. So I'm going to do my normal, hey, everybody, today Rahdo runs through blah, 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 show the sign. I'll introduce you and say that Matt is the captain, and Jen will be first. You're supposed to choose randomly, but I'm just going to have Jen go first so that you guys have more time to look at your cards and discuss amongst yourselves. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. We don't care. We enjoy the game. We're just here to have fun. Right. You were about looking for something. Oh, yeah. Right, and good one. All right, let's see here. Is this could you open that camera?
Yeah.
Just open the door. Don't move it.
Okay. We've got 4 cameras on this, I think, at this point.
All right.
This is the pre-filming
Yep.
throat clearing.
Just a second.
No, you don't normally get to hear all that.
Oh.
See, some
Jen gets to
behind
hear
the
it at
scenes.
length.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
All righty. Let's see. Should I go for this camera or this camera? I don't know. I guess we'll kind of go for both. All right. Everybody's good to go? All right. Let's boogie. Hey everybody! Today, Rahdo runs through the Quest for El Dorado, which is a very, very cool deck building race game. And I am not alone today. I am joined by my lovely wife, Jen. Hi, honey pie.
Hello.
Hi. And Jen and I are not alone. We are also joined by you, the internet. Well, an earlier version of you, because you're presumably watching this at some point in the far-flung future. But today, we are actually streaming this playthrough live in front of a bunch of people. And Matt has volunteered to be the captain of the internet. So, Matt, thanks for volunteering. Say hi, Matt. Although, of course, this is in the future. I don't even know why you say that. So, and Jen and I gotta say, we're really excited to be playing with the internet because we've only gotten to play this so far as a 2-player game, which we enjoyed very much. But it's very, very different as a 3-player game because what happens is, well, in a 3-player game, Jen's blue, I'm yellow, the internet, Matt, is going to be red. But if we were playing a normal 2-player game, Jen would have 2 explorers and I would have 2 explorers. And the game is over when we get both of our explorers across the finish line into El Dorado, which creates some very interesting strategies. If anything, almost makes the game a little bit meaner, a bit more cutthroat.
Yeah.
Jen knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So it'll be interesting to try this way. And let's see, what else? Everybody's got the same starting deck of 8 cards. It's a combination of travelers who provide money, a sailor or a sea captain, I think, who provides oars, and foresters, researchers, I forget what they're called, guys who provide machetes, because we need those icons to move through these areas. If I spend a machete, I can move here. If I spend $1, I can move here. And then if I spend an oar, I can move here. And I'm on my way down this long and winding road. This is actually one of the recommended maps that comes in the rule book. I believe this is called the Snake. Welcome everybody to the Snake that kind of, whips back and forth. And I think those are the main things. The other thing to note is when we're not using our cards to move as we race to El Dorado, we can also use our card to buy additional cards to put in our deck. You can see the cost of them down here. This scout costs 1, this photographer costs 2, this telephone, those old field phones from World War II, that costs 4. So you can buy these cards, and we can buy them either with money cards, or if I want to use a card that doesn't provide money, it counts as $50. So I could use both of these plus this, and that gives me $2 buying potential to say buy a photographer and add it to my deck. Now those are the basics. Let's see, Matt, the one thing I haven't explained is right now we only have access to these cards: movement, a wild card for movement. Movement. Although this one, this one's money, which you can move through the villages or you can buy cards. But when you use this, it gets trashed. It's removed from the game. This one, the telephone, has a special ability, which is when you use it, first of all, you trash it, but it instantly lets you buy any card, any of the ones that are currently in the market queue, and any of the ones that are going to be added to the market queue later on. So it costs 4, but then later on when you get in your hand and you trash it, you could buy a level 5 card way early. One other thing, the game doesn't come with all these numbers. I grabbed these out of Vasco da Gama so Matt, the internet, can tell us what cards they want to buy. Right. I think that's good to go, and I'm just going to look to make sure Matt's ready to go, and if so, let's see.
They want you to reset the deck.
They want us to reset the deck. That's a good idea. Let's go on ahead and shuffle everybody's deck. I was teaching Matt and the internet how to play the game earlier, and so we're going to shuffle up their starting hand of cards. All right, that's pretty shuffled. We'll reveal them in a second. Jen, have you shuffled up your cards?
I have.
I have not. So everybody shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, I got my hand. Now, what I'm going to do, internet, I'm going to try. I'm only going to look. I don't want to have advanced knowledge, so I'm just going to try and All right, I'm actually kind of looking. I'm using my my peripheral vision, so I can see that I'm flipping them without actually knowing what you've got. Jen's not looking at all.
Nope.
So the internet, can you actually read your cards? You start thinking about it because Jen's up. And I'll start thinking about what I'm going to do. Well, that is an interesting start. I should have shuffled my deck a bit more.
Okay, I think you should.
So, honey, what do you got?
I've got 1 traveler and $3.
All right, so what are you doing?
So
You're the blue player?
Yes. So I can't actually get over to this mountain.
No.
Because I've only got 1 traveler and $3.
Yep.
And
So-
I can buy up to this card.
Yeah, the treasure
But
trove.
I really like to have this guy. So,
So
I'm
you're
gonna go
using your
ahead,
$3.
I'm going to use my single
Machete to move.
and then I'm buying this guy.
All right. And,
And they
all
go-
that goes in your discard pile. You draw back up your hand of 4,
Yep.
and you're good to go. Now it is my turn, and my crazy starting hand is all money.
Woo, $4.
I'm not moving anywhere because I'm very far away from this village. So I'm just going to spend all 4 of these bucks to buy a telephone. because it costs 4, and that means later on I'll be able to trash this and get a really valuable card early on.
Yeah, that's
and so now I draw, not surprisingly, my non-money cards. So next turn I've got some waterways and some jungle I can cut through. Although if I want, I could still consider this $2 and buy another card and add to my deck. And we're done. It is now time for the internet to go. Matt, let us know what you're thinking. And now, of course,
correct.
People who are watching this in the far-flung future, there's a 30-second delay. The internet, we can see they're talking about many different things. They're deciding, hey, should we go north, south, east, west? If they talk for too long, I'll probably end up editing these little bits out. We'll see. Right. So one thing to bear in mind for the internet player, you can't go directly north because I'm blocking you. Actually, you couldn't move here anyway because there's no machete. But you can't go here and here because Jen's in the way. What do they got? Oh, we can look. So they've got 2 jump. Right. So they could go jungle, money, jungle, which would get them a cave.
Nice.
So they'd get a bonus.
And
then money. So they could just scream out, forget about buying new cards, and just go jungle, money, and get a new cave.
2.
No, only 1. Because remember, whenever you first are adjacent to a cave, you get to draw one of these.
You have to move away.
But to get another one, you have to physically move away and then move back. If you just orbit around it, you do not get additional ones. So that would be a strong opening move. Also, once they do that, they could head over to the base camp and start thinning their deck as well. Or they could just use 2 machetes and move and buy a photographer, which gives them more money, or the scout, which gives them more machetes, or the jack of all trades, which gives them a little bit of anything. So those are your options. What are you thinking, internet? Matt the internet man?
Doesn't quite rhyme, does
Oh,
it?
Leva says the decision has been made, apparently, and it's just scrolled off the top of the screen. And Jen's mouse has fallen asleep. Let's see, let's go back up. Matt, all right, so they want to go southeast, northeast, buy. All right, so southeast, northeast, they just use they're buying number 3. They bought the jack of all trades. This goes into your discard pile along with your other business.
Excellent.
And we're done. Jen's up.
Okay, so I've got a machete, an ore, a machete, and some money. So I'm going to go money, machete. I'm going to pick me up some sweet.
All right. Apparently, Jen's just
something.
going to.
And that's an extra money card.
Right. So she can use this anytime she wants on any turn, just to have an extra little bit of cash, and then it's gone.
So these are the 2 cards I've used already, and now I have an ore, which means I'm moving away from the cave, and another machete, which means I'm moving back to the cave, and I've got
a double paddle.
a double paddle.
All right. So that was it. So you went bop, bop, bop.
Well, I went 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, and that's that. There's only 2 more treasures to be found in this cave, and Jen is blocking the best path to it. Alrighty, so now it's my turn. Well, I like going to the cave, but Jen has just pretty much completely cut me off, because I could go jungle, but then I got no money, because I used all my money last time, and I can't go through here, so...
Yeah, you kind of have to go around this way.
So yeah, I have no choice. This is a kind of a bummer, because... well, no, I could go machete, jungle. Yeah, so I'm going to scream to the lead. Machete, paddle, machete.
You could either go this way, too, because that would be closer this way.
Yeah. All right, I'll buy that for $1. And there we go. So that's it. I got to shuffle my deck and redraw. And meanwhile, the internet has been thinking about what they've got in mind.
Yeah,
Have they already decided?
I don't know, but you needs to go down.
Oh, whoops. Stop falling asleep, mouse. All righty. So they are talking amongst themselves. Jen and I are reshuffling, seeing what our next hand is. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm hoping I found my my telephone, my field phone, I believe they were actually called. All righty.
What? You got more money?
Yeah. I need to shuffle my. All right. I need to shuffle my deck a little bit better, apparently. I thought I shuffled pretty well. But it could happen. Alrighty, and so the internet is still. Pietro has made a decision, or a suggestion. Brett's made a decision. Looks like they're narrowing in on a decision. Looks like they're wanting to head over to the cave. Right, because what could they do? How do they get to the cave? They've got, so they go through the water, they go through the money, that gets them to the cave. Then they go to the, then what they buy? The cheapest thing they can buy is a 2.
No, it costs 1.
Oh, this costs 1. Yeah, so they could buy a scout. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Looks like, yes, Northeast, northeast, cave by 1. So northeast, they use their paddle. They use some money to get into this village.
Yeah.
They reach the cave, and what do you get for your trouble? Ooh. All right. So this is, I don't know what it's called, but basically, anytime you want on your turn, you can discard 1 to 4 cards from your hand and then draw the same number. So if you just got a crappy hand, like I do, or you're desperate for that one card, this is going to let you pull that out. So whenever you want on a future turn, you guys just tell me, hey, we want to use our little token. We'll put it over here as a reminder that you've got it. You want to use your cave token to discard 1, 2, 3, or 4 cards, and then you'll draw 1, 2, 3, or 4 cards. And in the meantime, they were going to buy, right? And the only thing they could afford is a scout. Yep, buy number 1. There we go.
Okay,
So,
but I think they have 1 green left, don't they? Because they went or money, buy.
they were here. So they did this,
Yeah.
then they used the money, they got a cave, then they bought, all right, and so, did you guys want to go south or southeast? Sorry, I missed that, guys.
Oh, then South says Nuno, but let's see. Nuno's not the captain of the internet.
Yeah. Yes, this is a one-shot, Matt, so you'll use it and then you'll lose it. All right, so we're still waiting to find out if they're going south or southeast.
He says, no, that's the end of this turn. I think you've still got 1 machete to use.
Are we sure? I've totally forgotten where they were.
Maybe they used it here.
I think they did, yeah.
Okay, well then.
Yeah.
let's-
Okay, that's the end of the turn. Matt says, Jen is sowing seeds of confusion,
I'm
trying to give
sorry.
them the leg up.
Okay, well, I've
what are
got
you doing, honey pie?
3 money. I've actually got 4 money.
So Jen's using her thing. It's gone.
Yep.
She spent 3 money plus 1 is 4.
I am
She's
getting
getting a
my
photograph,
telephone.
and you're moving 1 space. How are you doing that, though?
Unfortunately,
Someone's
I
in your
cannot.
way.
Someone is in my way. Now,
You could walk back so that you could come here and get the last thing later on.
I know, but I
or
should-
you could use that. That's overkill, though.
I know, but you got to do what you got to do. So, but in the same way that these are worth $50, is this worth
No,
2
that's
half
only for
dollars?
movement.
Man,
Yep. So I think either you save this and move away so you can move up and get your.
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use that to move here, and I'm
And-
going to move this to here, and then I will get the last
Wow, all right.
machete.
So you replace the double with a machete. That's
Yeah.
it. And then you draw back up.
Yep.
My turn. Hey, it's a handful of money.
Did you give them new cards?
I
Why did you give them
sure
new
did
cards?
not. La la la. All right, so that's it. They got to shuffle up their deck. I will shuffle it better for you guys than I did for myself. Sorry about that, folks.
See, they're talking about the machete again.
Oh, too late now.
I think you guys had a machete, so why don't we move you?
I don't think that would have changed you because.
It wouldn't.
Yeah,
well, it
you-
would, because actually, if they weren't there, I had a money and a. But it doesn't matter.
All righty. So there they go.
Yep. So they just didn't use it to block me.
Yeah.
Ha You dastardly
All right.
explorers.
There you go. That is a totally legit thing to do. This game is blocking crazy. Yeah. Basically, you made Jen pretty much just spin her wheels and blow a. She was hoping to get a better one. Anyway,
But-
so
yeah.
you guys have your new cards. I'm thinking about it, and I've got a whole bunch of money and a paddle. If I could have gone here and then I could use the paddle to get across. But as it is, I got nothing but net. This paddle doesn't do me any good except walking that way. Ugh, do not like. So what am I gonna do? This is basically $3.50 to buy, what the heck? I'm just gonna stand still. This paddle, I'm not gonna use it to move here because that's just moving farther away. And this is my only source of moving through water. And pretty soon I'm gonna hit that water thing. But unfortunately, I can't buy two value things. So I could buy, I could buy a 1 and a 2, because I know this water's coming up, or I could just buy the big triple. But the thing is, we're about to leave the jungle behind, and then we're not going to need a big jungles for a while. So I think I'm going to spend my $3 to buy a scout, and I'm not going to use this paddle for anything, and I will go on ahead and buy one of the jack of all trades as well. All right, and that's it. And I'm drawing my hand back up, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now it is the internet's turn. And what are you guys thinking? What do you say, Matt?
Let's see. Can a player move after making a purchase?
Yes, you can do movement and purchases in any order you want. All righty, what do they got? Oh, they've got their wild card. And they got $2. So let's see, they need to go 1, 2. So they can only get through 2 jungles and then buy something, or buy a weaker thing and get into there, is basically what I think they're looking at. Or they could treat that as $3 and not move at all, so they could buy a better card and hold you up some more.
Yep. Yep. So the yellow cards are worth $1 each, and the other color cards, if they don't have a money symbol on them, are worth half a dollar.
Yep. And that's the starter cards. I mean, these photographers are worth $2. This treasure hoard is worth $4, although it's a one-time use. This journalist is worth $3. This millionaire is worth $4 and is a reusable, etc., etc. Right. So, why are they saying buy 5? They can't buy 5.
They buy.
Oh, buy number 5. Yeah. Yeah. This will be a one-time thing, but it'll give you a ton of cash.
Yeah, but they don't have enough money to buy it.
They don't have.
Oh, if they
no,
use
they
all
need
their
$3.
cards.
Yeah. They've got.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually.
So they could totally just stand still, continue to block you, and buy up the place. I see a lot of folks on Team Internet wanting to buy a treasure hoard, but Matt's got the final say. What will they do? What will they do?
I don't know, and I can't plan my move until they have told me their move.
Me, I'm off.
I'm not even going to tell you what
I
these
can do whatever
cards
I want, except I'm completely incapable of drawing useful cards. I just keep drawing money and then stand still.
Well, what do you mean?
Matt says, yep, they're buying 5. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3.
Well, no, they've got a wild card.
Oh.
So they could. Well, actually, they could.
No,
use
but
that to
yeah,
move anywhere.
if you buy 5, you've used all your cards, and then you don't have anything to discard to be able to draw back up.
They've got 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And then they've got a jungle, a machete.
No. Oh, you're right. Oh, right, of course. Oh, okay, that's the, yep, all right. So they're spending, I totally forgot about that. So 1, 2, 3 to buy card number 5. That goes into the discard pile. And now they're going to use their one thing.
Then are they?
Well, they said reset hand. This is the reset hand. So they will have used all of these. These are gone.
No.
And then they'll use this to draw something other than a jungle. I don't know why they would do that.
No, I think they just mean reset hand, meaning don't forget to deal them the new hand so they can be talking about it.
That could be. Is that what you guys mean?
Yeah, because he says we still have a machete after buying.
No, okay, well now he says south. So they want to go directly south. Right, okay, so they bought the thing, they're using their last to move directly south, and boom.
Yeah.
And this time, I'll actually reset your hand appropriately.
Okay. Hey guys, guess what? I've got an or. You didn't block me. Ha 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 ha. So there.
Okay.
There's an or, and then there's 2 jungles, and then there's a
All
moolah.
right. So Jen's right up at the wall, and so you didn't buy anything. Your turn is over.
Yep.
It is now my turn. Once again, I continue to buy I got 3 jungles when I desperately do not need it, and 1 money. So I will use 1 jungle, and now I've got $1 and another $1. So this counts as $2 to buy another wild card, the Jack of all trades, or the photographer. I'm tempted to get the photographer because there's a lot of money, but there's just a lot of variety on this. I think I'm just going to get me another Jack of all trades. Right, so there we go. And now I draw back up. I went through 2 hands not getting my stupid telephone.
How could you
It
not
was
get
at the
your-
bottom of my deck.
Oh, actually, I have a telephone too. I didn't get it. It'll be coming up in this hand though.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
All right, so anyway,
it's the
and
internet's
yeah,
turn.
are they doing stuff? Because I'm reshuffling.
Let's just spin the game blocking Jen so Rahdo can win.
You are the best
good.
internet ever.
Yay.
I will never say anything bad about the internet if that's what happens.
Okay, so somebody wants to know when they can buy 7 and up. Now, if you choose to buy a card, since
it's
there's
their
an
turn,
empty
yes.
hole
Yeah.
in the
Yep.
market right here, you
Yeah.
can buy any card you want.
Although,
and the
unfortunately, they
other
don't
2
have a
come
lot
here.
of money right now. They've got $1, $2.
Yeah.
Nothing. Oh, no.
Although
So if
they
you guys
could
wanted, you could buy the captain. Or, yeah, you could go on ahead and use this, dump all of this stuff, or dump all your non-money to hopefully get some more money.
Matt says, Rahdo, reset meant new hand. Does that mean just deal new
I
hand,
don't
right?
know what that means. I can only assume that means deal a new hand, but Matt didn't say deal a new hand.
He's trying to be clear, but we just dense
right.
over here.
Right. So, okay, they are going to move it. Southeast, southeast, southeast. He keeps saying new hand. I don't know what that means. But anyway, southeast, because that was a machete. Southeast, that was a machete.
Yep.
Southeast, because, right. So he's just reminding me, So they use this to get through the barrier. This could be a tiebreaker for them at the end of the game. And then they use this to move southeast again because you just discard anything you want to move in there.
Oh, well
and
done.
the internet pulls into the lead. And now they've got some money And I guess they won't be in Jen's way for a while, and it's Jen's turn.
Okay, look at that. Clear path to the mountain for me. Unfortunately, I drew a lot of
Money and jungles.
jungle.
Yeah, those aren't going to help you where you're going.
Nope. But I can discard them here. Unfortunately, I did not get an ore. So I am a little bit stuffed.
Alrighty,
So I could
so
go
what I got
jungle, discard, discard, discard. That's not
Or
so
you
good.
have $3 to spend. And you could be the first. You could buy, for $3, you could buy the diary, which when you play it, it's a one-time thing. It lets you draw 2 additional cards, so you'll have 6 cards in your hand. And then if you want, you can trash 2 cards. Or you can just have a really big turn with 6 cards in your hand. But this is a great way to start thinning stuff out. So if you want, you could buy that right now. Or you can get access to the journalist, which is just $3 whenever they come up. Or you can get access to the big machete, which is a 6, but it's a one-time only. And I mean, we don't need, well, I mean, that'll help you get, that 6 will get you here and then here and then here, et cetera, et cetera.
Also, I could buy the captain. He's only 2.
Or the and a scout, and just stand still.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't fill the hole, so you can.
I know. I really want that native guide, but I don't have enough money.
Well, see, here's the thing. You got to be worried that maybe I do.
Yeah, so actually
And,
blocking
could-
him
yeah,
by
if
putting
I've got
in-
a lot of money, and if you leave that for me,
Yep.
so that's something to bear in mind.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a little bit sad to use my
Oh, a
really
triple
nice-
machete. But what else are you going to use it for? You don't need that for quite a while.
I know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring the journalist, which
Right,
is...
so you are taking 1, 2, 3. You're spending $3
Yep.
to buy journalism.
Yep.
All right.
And so basically
there's
the whole
2 more
pile
you
comes
bought, and this
over.
goes in your discard pile. You stood still, and now journalists are on the menu. All righty.
On the menu.
All right.
We're in the jungle. We don't want to talk about eating
All
journalists.
righty. So it's my turn, and hey, more jungles that I don't need. Except, actually, they're not too bad. What's wrong?
Nothing. Don't look.
All right.
I was just
so
looking.
more jungles. I will use them to, use anything I want, and then I've got my telephone. I am going to trash this. Now I could just use both of these as $1, and this could come around later. But I'm going to trash this right now to give myself access to any card I want. And no surprise, I'm going to get the native. One of the most valuable. He costs 5. She costs 5. She is a wild card. Whenever I use her, she lets me move into any space. I still can't move into mountains. I still can't move into an occupied space, but I can just get into anywhere.
Yeah, so he could just go from here to there with her.
So, and then I have an ore.
An ore.
An ore, which I will use just as a thing to get in there. Oh, come to me, cave. All right, so that was it for me. And I draw back 1, 2, 3, 4. And the internet is up. Have they made their decision?
I was oohing and awing because they have $4 up
They have $4. What? Oh, they've got their one-time 4. So they got 4, 5, 6, 7.
The cards are
See,
blocking.
so that's the thing, honey. If you had not filled this hole in, they were going to fill that hole in with
Yeah.
something really awesome that you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to afford for a while.
Yeah.
Although you did just get your
Yeah.
journalist, so you'll be able to get it eventually. Number 6 is still, there's one more of number 6. This is the thing you just saw me use. It's a one-time use. It costs $4. And on a future turn when you use it, you trash it, and it lets you take any card you want in the current market or the future market for free. So basically, you spend 4 now to get something that costs 5 later that's not normally available. All right, you guys have a lot to think about. Or you don't have to. If you're not excited about these things, this can be considered a $50. Or it could be considered, oh wow, this is $4. That is 1, 2, 3 spaces to move you through village, village, village. And then, boom, use your ore. You guys could really scream way into the lead.
Yeah, but they don't have this.
Yeah, but still, in one card, they can move all that distance. Or in 2 cards, they can move halfway across this, and then they've still got 2 cards to buy another scout. So that's a possibility too. Very exciting.
Well, you know what would be better is if they went, they could use 3 of their cards and then still have the $4.
Or, what do you mean? Oh, because they could just money it,
Money.
money it, or it, and money it.
Yeah.
And then not move as far and save that for a future big buy. That's true too. Or they could get to the cave. They could just discard any of the things they want, use the ore, get to the cave.
Oh, whoops, it looks like they've done something.
Oh, have they done something? Matt, what's up? South, 1 gold. Yep. Oh, just what I was talking about. Okay. So, South, using 1 of their gold. And then what else? South,
To the cave.
right, using their ore. they get another cool special ability. This is anytime you want, draw one card. So if you didn't quite get what you wanted, boom. So you guys have total control over your deck, basically. So move to the cave, and then what was it? It was buy number 6, correct? Buy 6. So this costs 4, so you're trashing this to buy number 6. That goes into your discard pile. And then you've still got one more dollar. Are you going to move here or here? I did that right? Because they used a gold, then they used a paddle, then they used their super thing. They've got one more gold to spend, which would let them move away, or heck, move into those wild card spaces. So what's your last move?
I'm
Matt?
sure they're going to go there because it moves them forward.
Where?
Here.
Yeah, I would think, but it is not for us to say.
Right.
But you know what, folks? I think that's as good a place as any to take a break. And if you want to watch Jen and I continue to race against the internet, you can go on ahead and hit the I in the top right corner of the screen or follow the show notes, your choice, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, obviously I'm still recording right now, but I don't know if anybody has any questions in general. Let's talk about them a little bit before we start playing again. So you guys are going to go northeast, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Is everything working on your guys' side? Can you hear us okay? Can you see the screen okay? Let us know. And after a quick minute of chat, I'll put the box and say, hey, everybody, we'll continue and we'll see what Matt made their last move, etc., etc. Okay. Jen filled the open slot, and at the moment there's a guy. Oh, yeah, so explain to each other.
There's this new one.
You guys have emptied this out. So, Jen, if she's got some money, she can pick one of the new things to come in here. Because everybody bought a telephone.
Yeah.
Phone home. Are we going to finish the whole game? I think so. It's a fairly quick game. I don't know. I should say, for me and Jen, it's a 20, 25-minute game. Obviously, this is going to take longer, with a delay. But yeah, unless something goes horribly wrong, the internet fails or something like that, I should really put my feed status back on screen so I can see if the internet has failed. Boop. There we go. But it says the health is good, so I think we're going to keep on going.
Health is good.
All right. And Matt says, deal new hand.
Yeah, we will.
All right. We will, Matt.
He's just going to finish up his little thing here.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Quest for El Dorado. Let's see what the internet finished their last move. Not surprisingly, they used this last little bit of gold to move northeast. And they're done with their turn. The race continues, which is really interesting. In German, the name of this game is Wettlauf nach El Dorado, which is the race for El Dorado, but the English version is going to be called Quest for El Dorado. I don't know why. It must have been some... anyway, it's your turn, Honey Pie.
Okay.
What's up?
So I have an ore.
All right.
And then I have a discard a card.
All right.
So that's those two.
Yeah.
And then I will come here and hey!
Visit... I was going to go to the cave.
Yay, I got some ores.
So Jen's got another double ore, and now you've got, so you spent that to move up.
Yeah, that's my discard.
And
I could use that to get away now, and in here, oh, look at that. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to 1, 2, 3.
What are you talking about? How do you do that with a... Oh, you're using the thing. Wow, wow,
so
okay.
I'm discarding that.
So that's trashed, and you use that.
And I do have
you got
one
another
more.
jungle, or you could save that if you need it for the double.
Because I don't know, because I'll need a double jungle to get through that.
Right, because normally you would need a double card, but these can be used... Ooh, that's a good question. Can these be combined, or are they treated as cards? For that, we're going to have to check the rules PDF.
Rules.
If I can find it. Here it is. El Dorado Rules PDF, which is very exciting for people to watch. Let's see here. Cave details. Use these tiles to pay for movement costs to move to terrain. The coin tile can be used to make purchases. It doesn't say. Use these tiles to pay for movement costs is all it says. Come on.
I'm going to assume that because this is a special thing, it can be added to that.
If anybody watching in the future or right now knows, that would be really handy because I'm not quite sure. Normally you cannot combine cards to get past the double. Can you use this to get past the double? Interesting. But in the meantime...
You know what? I could have stayed there. And
but anyway, so you're not using this right now just to move up?
That's correct.
Okay, so you're done. It's my turn. I got my wild card, and once again, a ton of money. I am Mr.
still haven't
Moneybags.
gotten my telephone. Oh, yeah, okay. It's
All
coming.
right, so what am I going to do? I will use some money to move into that village. And I visited a cave, and what did I get? I got more money, because what I need more of is money. We'll just put that over there. That's a little bit of cash I've got on hand whenever I need it. And, and you know what? Everybody's leaving this hole wide open. I think, because I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 money.
Wow.
I have 5 money. I'm going to use this right now, spend all my cash to fill this hole, and I am going to buy the second native.
Wow, that is
So
powerful.
I have 2 of the 3 natives.
Oh, dear.
There's only 1 left for somebody to buy in the future, and that was my turn, yes. And so I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and Matt, what you got for me, buddy? What do they have? They've got 3 jungles, not very exciting, and their wild card. Wow, yeah, so they can move forward, but then, wow, honey, you just completely cut them off.
Oh, that's what they said were blocked. I was looking at this and thinking you were blocked, but no, it's them. Sorry, guys.
I'm busy. I'm back standing behind, talking to all the natives in town to get them to join my cause. Wow. So, otherwise, they've got $2 if they just want to stand still. Right? No, they've got $2, $2.50 if they want to stand still.
Yeah.
Or $1 if they want to move. So they could buy a scout and move forward 1, or use the cave power to draw a new hand. Well done. So you said draw a new hand. How many of these do you want to discard? I assume you don't want to discard your wild card. So you probably want to discard the other 3 so you can draw 3 more. Is that what you guys want? Matt, use your cave power to draw a new hand. You can discard 1, 2, or 3 cards.
Somebody says, how about spending the cave tiles a bit for clearance? Can you
Spinning the cave tiles a bit for clearance.
spin?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Is there maybe they're feeling that's a little tight there?
How many tiles on the cave? There is 1 left. Oh, yeah, they're talking about these. Yeah, actually, I did spin them all because normally they were like this and I thought they disappeared, so I've kind of spun them a little bit so they're off center. There's 1 more. Oh, you're saying how many? There are 4 in each location. And so there's only 1 left here in this cave. So yeah, they could go to the cave and then buy a scout. That's a reasonable thing to do as well. But I'm still waiting. All 3 machetes are gone. Matt has made his decision. He is a, oh, captain, my captain. What do you get, buddy? You get some money. And you get some more money. Those are travelers, I believe. And then we shuffle up.
Here,
Oops.
shuffle the whole thing.
Shuffle the whole thing would be reasonable.
Uh-huh.
And what do you get? Another machete, a cruel. Now, and if you want, you could use this right now and have a 5th card in your hand. Alrighty. So, now the internet will decide, what can they do now? So, they could move. They only have 1 machete. If they had 2 machetes, they could cross that. Because there is a reason, if you tie, whoever has the most of these at the end breaks the tie. So being the first to cross the lines, although this requires 2 machetes. So that's a tough one. Yeah, sorry for the delay, everybody. I imagine in the future I will have edited out all these little delay bits. Or maybe they'll be worth keeping because Jen and I are so entertaining and pithy.
Yeah, we could talk more about braces. Woohoo!
Not that people, if we start, yeah. Let's see. I'm not being terse, by the way. Just to clarify. Delay is part of the event. Yep. All right. Yeah. Right. Oh, so they're just talking amongst themselves.
Yep.
Yeah, this is a complex move. They got a lot of stuff they can do here. Sometimes it's simple, sometimes it's not. I could be thinking about what I'm going to do because nobody's in my way.
No one?
I'm off on my own, all by myself.
Oh.
Bip, bop. Oh, you. Boop. Boop? Okay, I figured out what I'm going to do. Just like
he
that.
says extra card.
Extra card, please. They want even more choices. So we shuffle up your remaining cards.
No, you shuffled it. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Shuffle to shuffle.
I just, yeah. Well, yeah, shuffle. All right. And card number 5. Another forester.
Oh, that'll get you through.
Ooh, wow. You guys can cross the line now.
Yeah.
And still afford a scout. Or push into the next space. Nice. Yeah. Team Epic Meow, future internet, points out that they really can't wait for this game. Team Epic Meow, this is a great, great game. I think it's crazy. I guess I kind of understand why it didn't win the Spiel des Jahres and King Domino got it. King Domino's a nice little game, but this game is the cat's pajamas.
It's a team meow.
It's the cat's epic meow. All right. Yeah. It looks like the internet is starting to think it might be worth it to break through that barrier. Yep. Although the nice thing is, we'll say thank you because you're saving us the trouble.
Yep.
Because this is a double barrier, and the next one coming up, this is a double wild.
But look at this. This one's worth 5, and you've already got 4. So if you go for those 2, there's a 6 and a 2 and a So you're almost guaranteed to break a tie.
Well, still, this is the most important one to get because if there's a tie, whoever has the highest value wins it. So this is the best one.
I thought it was the total of.
No. The first time we played it wrong.
Oh, I see.
Although honestly, I think that's a better rule. But I'll talk about that in the final thoughts.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Okay.
We're having a blast. Excellent. Apocalypse Chaos is excellent. All right.
I want to know what the plus is in the team, the Meow Team Plus.
Perhaps the name was already taken.
Oh, I'm just wondering if they have it like a dog that they have to sort of include in the plus.
Yeah.
Or a hamster.
Yeah, they've got a lot to think about here. They've got a lot of different ways they could go.
Yeah.
Don't worry, internet. Take your time. I mean, this is effectively some AP, but I'll cut out the slow parts. And everybody watching should have a voice here, so this shouldn't be boring for you guys. Do you need a double machete to cross the barrier?
Or 2 singles.
That's a good question. Bippity bippity bop. I think the rules don't actually say, if I'm honest. Let's go back up to barriers. To the PDF. Barriers. Blockades. The first player who wants to move past a blockade must fulfill the strength shown on the blockade by playing cards from his hand. So yes, you can combine cards to move into an expensive tile, but you can combine them to go through a barricade.
Which makes sense because this obviously you're discarding 2 cards.
Well, yeah, you're discarding 3 for this one.
I know, but this is a barricade.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, you guys can do that. You can use, and to be honest, that's the way we've played before. We just kind of went with it.
Okay.
But it was a good question. Yes, you can use 2 single machetes. I just checked the rules, and it specifically says you can use cards to get through a blockade. Normally, you cannot do that to move into a single space. And again, I'm still going to assume that you can combine this with cards because it's.
It's like having a secret machete tucked in your sock.
Barrier it is. They are pushing ahead. Let's see. We already know what that is, right? Because they're going to use. They have no paddle, so they're going to use gold.
No, they have a paddle, but yeah.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make sense. So they're going to use a gold.
Yep.
And then they're going to use a paddle.
Yep.
And they have to decide if they're going north or south.
Well, they don't want to get into that mountain range. So.
Actually, it doesn't matter because that's right at the end. So they used their paddle to go there, and then they did machete to break through the second barrier. And now they got their last gold. You move forward or you buy a scout. Oh, they said southeast, southeast, southeast. So southeast.
All right.
Boom. The internet
Done.
loves breaking barriers. All righty. And they've got some new cards.
CCC. Okay, so
and it is Jen's
I
turn.
finally have drawn my telephone.
Yes, you've been talking about it for quite a while.
I will take this native.
But you can get any of these.
The native is the best. She's awesome. Okay, so I am going to go 1.
1. And now, so that was
And
with
then,
your machete, and now you've got 2 money. So you could
Yep.
buy
Yeah, I know.
2 scouts.
I
No,
think
you can only buy 1 card per turn. That's important to remember.
I'm going to bring over the Capitan.
The captain?
Yeah.
Oh, captain, my captain?
Oh, actually, well, now we're almost through all the. I've just made it past all of the lake.
I mean, this will be a big chunk of lake
All
over
right,
there.
I'll bring the. But it benefits everybody else too.
That's true.
Oh, I should have been thinking about this while everything was going on. So I've only got
So you
2 to
got
spin.
$2, yeah.
So it's either the captain
Or you could just get a photographer.
or the compass.
More money. Although, because this is a big chunk of money you're going to need to get through there.
That's true.
Or waste $1 and get the scout.
No. No, I
Jen
think
would never waste $1.
I don't waste bucks.
All right, so.
Okay.
And are you using this to get that extra?
You know.
Also, honey, they just went down here to keep you from moving into it.
Yeah, I should probably
Because
do
they are
that.
cutthroat,
Done.
these people.
Done.
All right, Jen is done. All right, and so it's my turn. What What? What is he what? I knew what I was going to do a long time ago.
Hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there. All right. So, if I recall correctimo, I was a gonna. Right. I'm going to use this just to go into the water, and then I will use. Oh, I got a double. No. All right. Shoot. I was going to do that, but maybe I should just thing. Yeah, but you guys are blocking my way.
We're laying around.
You lay about. So I could use anything and then go through the water. And then I've got 3 jungle I could do. But somebody's in the way.
Yep.
So I'm just going to stay on back and play in the cave. So I'm just going to use this to go into the water, and then I'm going to use this to come over here, which gets me my other cave piece, which is, this lets me move into an occupied space. So if somebody's in my way, they are not in the way. It's a one-time thing.
Well, now.
And now I will use this. Unfortunately, it's a double. I'm wasting it just to move here.
Yeah.
Double machete, and then I will use this to come there. All right, and I'm done. And then we got a shuffle, 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 never a kerfuffle. This is my shuffling song in spoken form. And it was a poem, I guess. It was my epic poetry reading. Oh, they've got their telephone, so they got a big choice to make.
Yep, and no more native guides, which is your go-to move.
Yeah.
You got 2 native guides.
I got 2.
You are a lucky man.
Well, I didn't rush right out of the village like you folks. I stayed around and befriended them, got to know them, and immersed myself in their culture. I became a member of the tribe, and so it's no surprise that, of course, they want me to win because I'm the best.
There you go. Well, they just like your winning
Because I
personality.
just didn't
so they
I didn't blow in, throw some coins around, and then just move on. To chop down their precious forest like some people do.
Oh dear.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Has Matt made a decision?
Nope, they're still thinking.
All righty. I will think about my own business then.
Somebody says the telephone has no value. I think it's still worth $50.
Yes, right now, you don't have to use it. You could count this as $50, combine it with another thing, and that gives you 1 purchasing power. And you'll use the telephone at some future date. When you need it. Like, you might want to save it till you cross right here, because you might come the long way with some machetes, or you might need a lot of money to cut through this super village.
Super village.
Yep. But nope, they're definitely buying. They're definitely getting something. Many choices about what they want to get.
Oh, looks like they're bringing
Right.
some new stuff.
And this is, by the way, a chance for them to get 2 cards in a turn, because normally you can only buy 1 card, but the telephone is not buying a card. It's getting, so you can actually get 2 cards into your hand in 1 turn.
Nice.
But back to me and my problems. I'm going to assume somebody gets the heck out of my way.
Yeah.
Although actually, they're probably not going to. Are they moving at all?
You
or are they
have
just...
this, so you can just blow through us.
I need to save that for when it's really important.
So, I know we played this wrong before. So that is.
You have a question about your card?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a that.
Yeah.
So does that mean I can use it to move 2 spaces from where I am?
Yeah.
Or can I move
Nope.
1 and
Nope.
then 1, 2?
Yes. Yes, you could.
Okay.
That would be the way to do it.
Okay.
And Jen is just giving me some advanced knowledge that somebody's getting out of my way. What does number 10 do? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You're having a big choice, aren't you? Right, number 10. This is a one-time thing. It gets trashed, but it immediately lets you draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
As opposed to the one right next to it, which costs an extra $1, but it only lets you draw 2 cards, but you get to use it repeatedly. But here's the thing. This is a $5 card. I don't think you want to use it. Oh, but you're also thinking about what, because they can, oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, you have everything. Super machete to make the long run around here, or super money to make the long run through here.
Yeah, this is a very expensive place to run through. Look at that.
Yeah,
$4 just to get into that.
a double, a quadruple, a triple, a double. Yeah, this is you need to spend a lot. But if you do it, you're also, and by the way, don't forget everybody, we completely ignored this base camp. There wasn't one on this tile, but if anybody finds their way over here, when you step onto this space, it costs a card to get in there, and you trash that card permanently. You can use any card to get in there, and so you can thin your deck by visiting these base camps, although they're, unfortunately, a little out of the way. think they're getting close to their decision. All right, so what am I going to do? One double paddle. Stupid double paddle.
Yeah.
Wow. Double paddle, double machete, or double machete there. Or a wild. Yeah. But yeah, of course, because you're going the long way around instead of just taking the shortcut through here.
Yeah, but this is 3 cards. That's
Well, that's 1 card if you've got a native guide.
it certainly is.
How's it looking, guys? Bye, Marlon.
Oh, he's got to go. It is Saturday. Is
Yeah.
it Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't we normally do this on a Sunday?
No, we've always done on Saturday.
All right. When you work at home, the days all
Blend together. They sure do. Wow. Ah, Matt says, okay.
Okay, then.
Matt has snapped to, although he just said okay, just to let us know his final decision is inbound.
It's coming. Looks like lots of people want 15 and 2. Someone wants a top 10 flicking dexterity games list.
You won't get it from us. For us, it's only 13 does have cash on it. 13. What's 13? 13. Yes, it does. Sorry, it's a bit covered up. It's 2 of anything. 2 cash, 2 paddles, or 2 machete.
So how many dexterity games do we have?
We have
We've got
catacombs.
We've got that.
That's what you're thinking of.
And we've got the one with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, Rampage.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt. Phone. All right, so they're phoning home, bye-bye card, to get number 13. He said 13, right? So they just got themselves an adventurer. And these other ones don't fill the slot because you use that first special. Now what else do you got in mind?
He wants to buy this.
Does he?
Yeah.
Buy number 2,
And that
which
uses up the
costs
rest of
2
his
gold.
cards.
Oh, yes. Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
Very nice. Okay, now give him a new hand.
I will.
Okay, I'm not looking. So basically, here's my hand. I've got 4 jungle to move through, and this is what I was checking with Mr. Rahdo, because
you play a card and then use its movements to complete. You cannot combine another jungle with it.
okay, so I'm going to use this one to move there.
Yep, and that card's gone. Now you've
Yep.
got a 3, and
Yep.
that 3 can get you through multiple spaces. 1, 2, 3. Exactly.
Right.
Exactamo.
Exactly. And now I've got $4 to spend, which is very exciting for me, which means I could be the one to fill in this spot. And I could do it with number 13, which you guys
$4.
just
Oh my
got.
goodness.
I know, it's so exciting.
Wow.
Or I could get this one, which just lets you draw 2 more cards, which is always nice. And that comes up. Or I could get another journalist, because life is going to get expensive here very soon. So, you see.
Do you?
I think so.
Now you could have been thinking about this the whole time.
I know.
Nothing they were going to
I'm
do is
sorry.
going to
Okay, so I think,
because you would expect him to fill this hole in,
yeah.
I guess maybe.
So I think I'll just go ahead and fill
You're
in.
spending $4 to get what? Cartographer?
To bring 13 over here
13.
to slot number 6.
All right, 13 is out. And you just bought
Yeah.
the second one. There's only 1 left in the game.
Yep.
All right, and now it is my turn. Draw back up. I would totally buy that one, except I only have 3 smackers, 3 simoleons, and 1 jungle. So I will beat feet up the jungle with that. And I've got 3 to spend, or another jungle and 2 to spend. Said somebody's in the way. So I'm just going to spend 3 and buy big money or big machete. I'm going to buy big machete.
Will you scoot the cards in a
1,
bit?
2, 3, 4. What do you mean? What?
I think we've bought 3 now, so that can all go up on 1 level. I was thinking 16, 17, and 18 could come up, but
Well, it's just I need
Okay.
to. This is actually a space they can walk in. Hey, internet, what you thinking with your lots and lots of money and your 1 wild card? You're not getting past that double machete or that double ore. I think you're going to do some shopping. Shopping, shopping, shopping. Internet's a shopping. They're going to be a shopping.
shop in.
Internet. Shopping, shopping, shopping. Internet's a shopping. Shopping, a shopping, internet.
Guess what I got?
Gasp, says Jen. So there's a big call for buying number 6, The Last Adventurer. Oh my God, yeah, how could you not? How can you not buy that? You have $4. I'll disown you, Matt, if you don't buy it. There you go. Good man, Matt. Boop. And some new stuff for you. Your turn, Honey Pie.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I've
Look
heard
what I got,
some
guys.
Gaspy Gaspersons.
Look at. I got my lady. And so I'm going to just use my green to move forward. And then I'm going to use my blue to move forward. Oh, and of course, when I moved into the green, I got that. What's that?
This one. This one is whenever you use a card that would have to get trashed, you trash this instead.
Oh, I don't have any.
So this would be great with a telephone.
Yeah. Too bad I've already used it.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to use my native lady to go like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use this to do that. Woohoo! And look at who's in line for number 6, the barrier.
Yeah, but it doesn't, I mean, they've got 2. You'll have to get number 6 and one other, and in which case you would break the tie. But if they get the third one, then they'll, because the
I
first
see.
tiebreaker is who has the most of them.
Gotcha.
Clearly, I'm not going to win on any of these tiebreakers at all. All right, so Jen made her move, but in the meantime, what do I got? Right, I've got my native guide. So what am I going to do? I am going to jungle it up, and then I will use my guide to paddle it up, and then I will use my scout to machete it up, and then I hit a wall because I only have 1 card left, so I will buy a Scooby Scout. And 1, 2, 3, 4 for me. You're up, Internet.
Or scoot around the bottom.
Yep, go the long way around. You can pick up some more stuff in the cave and even trash some cards, although that would be a long walk. But, this game, it's a totally viable strategy to stay way, way back, make the perfect deck, just, keep getting little things, get to where you've only got 4 or 5 cards, so you're just using all your cards every turn. They're all big, super powerful ones, and then while everybody's up here and you're still back here, you just catch up with them instantly. Hey, Rahdo, would you mind fixing the El Dorado Tile. Wait. Oh dear. Yes.
Oh.
Fair enough.
I have OCD. Done.
Yeah.
That was me who fixed it.
All righty. What am I doing? I've got that. Ugh.
I drew this hand too soon. I've got a money hand, and I'm not yet in Moneyville.
Wasting away again in Moneyville. Looking for my... Ooh! I do that, and then I do that, and then I do that, and then I do that. Yes. All right, I know what I'm doing. Buy number 5, says Matt. Number 5 costs 3. They have 1, 2, 3, so they are spending $3 to buy number 5. It said, right? Yep. They're buying a treasure hoard. Yum yum. And then they've got 2 jungles. Are you guys scooting south, or are you using them as $1 to buy a scout? In 30 seconds, we will have our answer.
Yeah, that's okay, because I'm still thinking what I'm doing.
Oh, well, yeah. So, and buy a number 1. Oh, no. Nuno, you almost tricked me there. Let's see. How is the internet health? Let's take a look at that tab. Streaming is good, it says.
You can only buy 1 card per turn, huh?
You can buy 1 card per turn, no matter how much money you've got. Buying a scout. Yep, all right. Boop, boop. Oh, no scouts to buy. We're all scouted out.
Oh, okay, so let's see. I can't
2,
see.
3.
Well, I got a big money hand. Look at that. I got like...
Well, and you've got a wild card, double wild card to get through that stuff.
I know. I'm just saying.
You've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 simoleons.
Yeah, I
Wow,
know.
of course you're going to buy something.
That's very nice.
And 2 spaces to fill. So
But I can only buy 1 card,
you
said.
can only buy 1. You'll fill one of those spaces.
Right, okay, well, I'm going to spend that to go there.
Use a single gold to get in there.
Yep. And then...
Or are you going to cross that line so you have a chance of beating them on the tie? Because if you do that and 1 more, well, actually, if you get 3, then you'll win that way. Because obviously, although I might catch up at some point.
Yeah. Right.
Here's your last card, Internet.
So I could have a 5er come over here because I have 5 to spend, and then I would just waste this. Unfortunately, that would not be good. So it's, do I want to break the barrier or do I want to buy a card?
So I forgot what I'm doing. Internet was in the way.
Right. You know what? I think I'm going, now that I have this, don't have to throw away a card when I'd normally have to throw away a card. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spend this 3 on the number 6 machete over there, number 17.
What? So you're spending $3
Yep.
on
Number 17.
number 17.
And which comes over here now.
All right, so 2 of them are over here.
Yep.
This is a one-time super machete, unless, of course, you can use it a second time.
Yeah.
And that goes in your discard pile.
Yep. And then I do have still 2 cards, so I might as well use
You're
them.
crashing through?
Yep.
All right. Although, wait a minute.
What?
Can you crash through if you're not actually moving into the next space?
Oh, well, that would make a big difference. I guess it's just removing the barrier.
Right. Blockades. Blockades. First player who wants to move past the blockade must fulfill the strength as shown by playing cards from their hand when moving his expedition leader. The blockade is then taken by the player and will be used as a tiebreaker. Once the blockade is removed, all players are allowed to move into adjacent spaces as normal. Blockades function just like terrain spaces. For example, with an Explorer card, Strength 3, you can remove Strength from the blockade and then use the remaining strength. I don't think you can, honey. I think you have to be able to move past it because it's functionally a space, but you'll remove it, so you can't.
Okay, well, so I bought that, and I had these 2 left, and I had that, which I bought that with.
Yeah, I mean, or can you? Man, these rules better get cleaned up for... If anybody knows, and again, you can check the show notes, or if you have your Klingon subtitles turned on, you can see what Paulo says, if you can stand here and break this down without moving through it.
Right.
But the way this is worded, I think you have to break through it.
Okay, so if instead I move here with that, and then I use, it doesn't really matter, 2 cards to go through there, then, so from here I could only move to there, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're
I don't know, I
anywhere
haven't
on
been
the
paying
barrier.
attention, but I trust you.
Well, no, I'm
Oh, so you're thinking you didn't buy?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
That's what I'm going for. Because I have all this money, but I can only buy 1 card.
Yes. And it's amazing, you only bought a cost 3 card instead of a cost 5 card.
Yeah, well, that's because I thought. So if that's the case, if I have to be able to move through, go ahead and put that back
Right,
over
so you
in number
are
17
not.
land.
Number
I'll still go ahead and
17
move
lives.
there with that.
All right.
And I've got a ridiculous amount of money. So I guess I'll take the 5 machete.
The Pioneer.
Although, you know what, I do need that money, although it's not going to come up for 2 turns at the very earliest. Oh.
A lot of money over here too.
Yeah, and there's a couple of,
Yeah, I mean, when you get over here, you're gonna have to use
right,
a lot of water or a lot
let's
of
do
money.
the money.
Right,
do
so
the
you're
money.
taking a millionaire has joined your troop.
Yep. Okay, so that's that money there. And then I have these 2 things, so I will just use it to move over there, which gives me.
It gets you a more money-ish path. All right, your turn.
Although
Miss
actually I know I've got a lot of green, so maybe I do want to be here, because then I might have to go around. Who knows? Whatever. I'll just do that. Okay,
right.
done. Thank you
Okay.
for your
Alrighty.
patience, Internet.
I'm sure they were just talking amongst themselves anyway. So what am I doing?
Somebody says cheating. Wasn't cheating.
I'm sure they said it with good. All right, so I'm going to use the gold to move there into the wild.
The
Then
hat
I'm
with
going
the
to use
meeple
my
means
paddle to move over here and visit a dark cave,
I was first
which
player.
lets me immediately trash a card from my deck. And then I will use the native guide to move into this triple machete. And then I will use my jack of all trades to move into this single machete. And I am done. Boop. And I draw you, and then I got to shuffle. And has the Internet, how are they looking?
Yeah, this is the first player marker.
Yeah, this is just a reminder that Jen was the first player because when somebody crosses the finish line, that round finishes. So everybody could potentially make it, and then that's when you go to the tiebreakers. 1, 2, 3, what are we racing for? Alrighty. Ooh, wow, they are Johnny on the spot. Southeast, northeast, southeast. All right, how do they do that? Where are they? So, was it southeast, northeast, southeast? So they needed a double paddle, so they used their adventurer. Northeast, with just something. I guess probably the money, because there's no money around here. And then southeast with their machete, and they hit the cave. And hey, guys, you've got a draw an extra card whenever you want. Alrighty. And now you've still got that paddle if you want to move up here, which seems like a thing to do, or you could go that way, but then you'd have to go a long way around, and you don't know if your big money's coming next. So you got one more move, if I did that right. Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye, Kevin Reza. Hopefully you enjoyed your time with us.
Yep. Have fun
We were
moving.
happy to have you. Good luck with the move. Matt says north. Boop. And you don't pick up anything because you would have had to have stepped away and step back to get to the cave again. You're up, Honey Pie.
Okay, great. I've thought it through. I've got these two
Look at us.
to take out the barrier, and look at that, it moves mountains. So I took the barrier out with those. Then I moved into the cash department, and I got one of those, which just means I can get rid of a card at will.
What's that?
What's this?
It means, yeah, you can use them whenever you want and just trash a card.
Okay. And then I've got a 3, an int decker, which is 1, 2, 3. And I am done.
Draw back up.
All right.
I am going to call upon the services of my scout to move 2, and then my explorer to move 1, and then I got $2. So I can move 1 and then do nothing, or I could buy a photographer. Seeing as how, have I bought a lot of money? I don't really remember. I think I've been buying machetes more, but I can't get this machete. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand still, Alvar, and get the photographer. Discard. You're up, Matt. Do your worst. Oh, you know what? Actually,
It's not a hug issue.
you know what?
Leva, everything's a hug issue.
I did not buy the last photographer.
Oh, you didn't?
Instead, I used this to move, and then I trashed one. I trashed my other one. I left them behind.
That wasn't very nice.
Yep.
You left him in the jungle?
Well, no, I dropped them off in a village. They'll be very happy.
Okay. Okay. Matt
Hello.
says,
Matt. Northwest, north. Right, so northwest would be using 3 cards and then north. So just using your 4 cards, slowly but surely. Easy peasy. You're up, Honey Pie.
Okay. Wow. I would like.
And don't forget, you've got your +1 draw whenever you like.
I don't. But they
No,
do.
I'm talking to them.
Yeah. What the heck? Okay, so this is what I've got. I'm going to use my photographer to come in and say, hey, remember me? I will now have the ability to replace some of my cards at some point. And then I've got 1, 2, and I've got this. Oh, so that's 1, 2, 3. Oh dear. So that's my forester. And then I'll do that for there. And then I'll move this guy for there. And that is it. I've done it.
All right, you've made your move?
Yep.
All righty, I am up. Oh, what to do? All righty. I am going to bushwhack, I think. 1, 2, 3. Some Entdecken. And then...
Oh my
no, hold on.
gosh.
1, 2, 3. Shoot, what am I going to do? I can take the chance. I can't use 2. I didn't notice they were doubles. I don't think I've bought any photographers. I could buy that photographer. Or I could buy a journalist. But no, I can't not use my triple move. But then what am I going to use you on, Mr. Man?
It's a woman.
Mr. Lady?
It's Sacagawea.
I mean, I could use her just to get in here. Because I've got another one. If I draw, that'll get me past that one. And I could just... Oh, hey! You know what?
What?
I didn't draw a cave tile, did I?
Internet, did he draw a cave tile?
I don't think I did.
You've had this one for a while, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
sure if you used
Yeah,
something.
no, I didn't.
No, you used something to get rid of a card.
Yeah, but that was from when I drew a while ago as well, I'm pretty sure.
Well, let's just make sure.
Because remember, I was originally going to stay back and buy the photographer, and then I said I trashed one and moved one forward. So I did not get the cave,
Okay.
which was, oh, now that changes things up considerably. I think I stumbled across a fortune in that cave. I will use it. I will spend that 2 to move here, and then my trusty native guide will move me here, and I was so excited about that, so I'm stuck. So I've, oh man, ouch.
Well,
Originally, I was planning on going the long way around. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I've got $2.50. So I will buy that photographer at long last. Yeah, there we go.
okay.
And I didn't get anything from the cave the second move. 3, 4. All right, have they got a plan?
They are thinking about it.
Oh, come on, game.
Frankly,
That
we haven't
sucks.
got a clue. That might have been if I asked if you'd taken a cave. That was probably their answer to.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure. Because I remember originally I was going to stand still and buy the photographer, but then I said, no, I can trash the thing, and I moved in. So I'm doing the fast slip around. Dang it. Did they assume it's gender? Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a lady.
Well, I suppose.
I'm only assuming it's a lady because I'm pretty sure in the English translation of the manual, it refers to her as she. I think that's why. I could have sworn there was a she. Actually, I've got it right here. Let's do a Control F for she. Control F. Okay, there's a lot of she's because they use. Oh, go back. Yep. According to the rules, the native knows the surrounding terrain. Therefore, she allows you to move your expedition leader onto any adjacent terrain without paying its costs. It's a lady! All right. Oh, they're talking about many things. They have a lot of options.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, he says north cave by
Oh.
11.
North with a jungle.
Yeah.
Oh, north cave.
Yeah.
North.
So another north.
With their thingy.
Yep.
They get the jungle, and it's a paddle.
Nice.
And now you've got $4, although I'm kind of in the way.
They said by 11,
By 11.
which is over there.
Oh, because we got empty space, right. Number 11.
Which
Goes
is
in the
now number
discard
2.
pile. Cartographer. And that cost 4, so they
Yeah.
trash this, and they've got 2, which is worth half a buck. Did you want to move into that jungle? I assume not. Maybe you do. There's no reason not to, because it still gives you the flexibility of coming back in here or going around. I think it's coming out at Gen Con. I'm pretty sure it's coming out within the next few months. I read that somewhere, and that just made me assume, oh, they must be aiming for a Gen Con release, because Gen Con's coming up very soon. But I'm not sure about that. So did you want to use that last guy? Oh, actually, it's a double, so you could go bip. So you could start making the end round if you don't want to try and push through. But if you commit to 2, then you're really committing to this, as opposed to if you only go 1. Southwest, a single southwest, keeping your options open. I like the way you think, Internet. And hey, why don't you get some more cards?
Okay, and then I have got Moneyville, like you would not believe, plus a lovely, lovely guide. So I think I'll go ahead and use this one to move there. And then I'll move. Yeah. So I could use her. Let's see, I've got so much money, again, with the tons of cash. So if I ended up here and I had an extra $1, would that be
I don't
okay?
think so. I think you have to have something, because you can't go through it unless you've got the movement for the other side. It's basically, this is adding to the cost of these spaces.
Right.
It's making those
And
spaces
it has to
more
be a
expensive.
separate card. So, because I've got 7 now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well, it did talk about how you can
5,
use multiple
6.
cards, yeah.
So I could just get through all of that.
Because you're getting into the next space?
Yeah, because I've got 7
All right.
to spend. 1,
Then do
2,
it.
3, 4, 5, 6. Whoop. And then
And
I
then you
have
got
to
to
give
up
up.
2 cards.
Yeah. Or this.
Or there you go, yeah. So you use that to get in here.
Yep.
Or did you use it to go to the water? I assume you went that way.
I went that way.
And then you've got 1 forest, which could get you there.
Yeah.
You're done. All right. Drawing back up. My turn. I am in the middle of a village with nothing but machetes, which would have been great if I'd stuck to my original plan of going around the long way and trashing some stuff, but then I got all excited. I was expecting to draw my other native guide, but she's in the other 3 cards, unfortunately. So I think what that means, I literally cannot move at all. I'm totally stuck because I do not have, no, I do. I've got $2 to move forward, or I could get myself a compass and stand still. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a compass and stand still. So that costs, wait, because what I've got $2 basically. So it's the $2 to move forward, or the $2 to get a compass. Yeah. Compass. Or a captain. That captain would be pretty nice to zip through there. Ooh. Captain or compass? But a compass is 3 cards. But it's a one-time thing. It's supposed to... We've never actually gotten the captain before. I'm going to get the captain.
To check.
I hired a captain.
Is the tile under
Captain.
the cave a normal colored one?
No. This is a mountain. Oh, no. This is a mountain, and it's got this little
Eruption.
cave entry to indicate that this was a place where cave spaces were.
Ah.
And so the next one is up here that Jen's heading towards. And there are 4 of them over here. All right, what do I got? Now you show up, you so-and-so.
Okay, so they're saying when we have the purple, it would be nice if Rahdo could use it immediately. Can you give them 2 more cards?
Oh, they're...
No, that purple.
Oh, yes, hi. Well, they don't have to use this. They could use it as $1 if they want to save this for later.
Well, but I think they want to use purple first.
Use purple, look at our cards, ask Rahdo, cave is empty. Yep, okay, confirmed, using the purple card. Here's 2 more for you folks. Sorry, I didn't know you had the purple card because I literally didn't look. So you got some more cash money. And you could draw another card if you want, as a one-time thingamabob. And yeah, there's no more cave spots here. This is a wall. You got to come around. It's the same as these other mountains that can never be moved through. And unfortunately, I'm kind of blocking your way. You got to go a long way around me too. Because you got, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But remember, you have to use a single card to move into a space. So what could they do? Oh, a bunch of singles aren't going to help. And oh my gosh, wow, that's a terrible draw. Well, no, they do have a double coin, but then they're stuck. And they could buy a journalist. Or Steve says, another card, please.
Steve?
Yep. And Matt makes the call, the executive decision, to get their...
Wild card.
Yeah, their, what do you call it? The jack of all trades. And by the way, thanks, Matt, for putting everything in all caps and putting my name in. It definitely helps. It makes it much more spottable for us. Excellent. Well played, sir.
He did give you 2 immediately.
Yeah, because this was in one space, so I pulled it and put another, and that was your second one, and then this is your third one. Or maybe this was the second one. Yeah, it was something like that.
Can they see Daisy?
By the way, if anybody's having a hard time seeing the screen, let me know. I just looked. I noticed for some reason, I guess, it's gotten brighter. It's not overcast anymore, so it looks like the screen's really blown out and super white. So if that's a problem, I can adjust that for you guys. Yeah, that looks terrible. I should totally adjust that.
Totes.
Where'd it be? Where's brightness? Oh, that's even brighter. Exposure, there we go.
That's nice and yellowy.
Yeah, I think that's probably a bit better. Although we can't be sure because the screen is so dark.
That's true.
There we go. That's probably better. Oh, they said it wasn't a problem. Oh, well, hopefully I haven't made it worse or anything.
You ready?
I see. Thinking about my own stuff.
I know what I'm doing.
Where were you? You were late to the party, pal. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Yeah.
No.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm doing.
But do they know what they're doing?
Not yet.
And I can still push past you folks if I need to in a pinch. I just saw one of the computer. No, all right.
No, I just.
Daisy's not chewing on it.
Yeah, I was just.
All right, northwest, northwest, north by number 3. So northwest with a double match. Oh, no, wait. That's west, right?
Yeah.
This is north, that's west. Northwest,
Yep.
the double machete. And then they said northwest again with a single money. Northwest, northwest, north with something. I guess this.
Yeah, because they're buying number
Right,
2.
with the
Number
lone
3.
machete.
Oh.
And then buy,
Oh, no, they've got all
they've
that
got
money.
$3.
Ah, look at all
So
that
they're
money.
buying card number 3, the final Entdecker.
Excellent.
All right, good call, folks. Wada team. Which is a quote from True Lies, which is what Harry Trasker says to Sam, Tom Arnold,
Yeah, Tom Arnold.
when he forgets his wedding ring. Hey, buddy, forget something?
What a team.
Yep.
Okay, this is what I've got. I'm just going boop, boop.
So you just gave up 4 cards and visited the thing, which gave you a double machette
Yep.
at some point in what we like to call the future.
Yep.
And all of your stuff is being covered up. Remember how I told you up front?
What?
Where it was this space. This was the space where you can put all your stuff so they can see them.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. I think I totally forgot because this looks, but that's where we are.
Oh,
So Jen's got a bunch of stuff, folks. Don't
Yep.
be fooled. And don't
So
be
they
lulled
don't see- they
although
don't
remember
see
what I
this?
told you right up front.
I got those.
I'm still standing by my original prognostication. All right, anyway, so my turn. I'm feeling pretty sexy. I'm going to call out my good friend, Uriah Voner, and move in there, which costs 1. And I'm going to call Jack of all trades to move in here, which costs 1. And then the captain and the sailor are going to let me move it. I've got 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh my goodness, look at you.
Boom! Boom!
No visit in the mountain.
And yeah, so that means if I cross this, neither of you guys, which means then Jen has the tiebreaker. If I take this,
It's not the total amount. They've got 9 and I've got.
right, you've got 2, they've got 2, you have the number 6. So you've got the, quote, most important one, which I think is stupid.
I think it should be the
I know,
total.
like I said, when we played it before, we were wrong.
Okay.
We just assumed that for the tie breaking, when these were tied up, you're supposed to toll them. In which case, you guys did better because you did a 5 and a 4. That's a 9.
Yep.
Jen did a 6 and a 2. That's an 8. You guys did more work. You had the tougher challenge, but nope, Jen will break the tie. Again, I would call upon Ravensburger to officially change the rules because Reiner Knizia got it wrong.
He said we wanted card 3. Is that what you gave him?
No, I gave them card 4. I gave them the last Entdecker. No problem. Easy peasy. Journalist. Sorry about that. Fixed.
Cheating again. They're saying, oh.
You can't trust me.
Got to keep an eye on him.
Trust me as far as you can throw me, I think. Boom. At captain. Wow, that worked out perfectly.
Oh, so it's my turn, isn't it?
Yes,
Sorry.
it is.
I was busy.
No, it's not. I just went. It's their turn. And they were just saying, hey, you gave us the wrong card, Doomkopf,
All right, so I won't
which
show
is
my
German for dumbhead.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. North, west, north. Alrighty, so northwest with a single dollar, and then north with 2 machetes. And if you guys want, you could trash a card from your deck by going northwest again. Or you could, so you could trash the sailor and then move out of it, right? Because they've done this. So do you want to? You'll trash whatever card you use to step in there. So if you step in here with the sailor, it's gone, and then you can step out with the machete. Or if you step in with the machete, it's gone, and then you're done moving. And if you want to rethink that, we've rewound a couple times. You guys are certainly welcome to rewind as well. That's totally fine.
Yep. Okay. I know what I'm doing, Internet.
Me too.
I am ready. I'm ready for you.
I've got an interesting, fairly tough choice, but I think I know what I'm doing. Oh, northwest trash paddle. Yep. So trash the paddle, and I assume there's no reason not to then move northeast and use your last guy to keep on moving and moving it. Right, because you've got a paddle on the go right there.
Okay.
And need to shuffle you back up.
Okay. So I am going to make a very exciting one forest there. I'm going to move in and trash my money card. I'm going to do a 2 thinger there.
With your
And then I'm
special
going to
power.
do a 2 paddle there.
Oh my.
And then I'm going to do a 1 paddle there.
Oh my gosh, what the hell just, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
I thought I had this all sewn up.
Nope.
Alrighty, my turn. I am going to spend $1, yo, to break through this barrier, and three machetes on the other side to go 1, 2, 3, and then trashing $1 because I don't need them anymore, and then not playing $1 because there are no scouts. They're long gone. So we're done with that, and I'm done.
God, if you'd kept that dollar, you could have bought another captain.
Not much water going where we need to go.
So the man right next to 4 paddles.
A captain's not going to get me in there. Only thing that's going to get me through that is, let's see if I found it. We'll find out.
Yeah.
In the meantime, it is the Internet's turn.
Wow. Wait until you see what I got.
Okay,
Wait.
I will wait.
Okay. I sense a frap oncoming.
I sense a move coming. Big move. What is that? That's northeast. Right, alrighty. Northeast with an explorer. Northeast with an explorer. Southeast and southeast with the adventurer. So it was 2 southeast, I'm sure. And then $2 to buy. What do they want to buy? Number 1, the captain. Oh, captain, my captain. All right, you're up, honey pie.
Okay.
I hear
Right.
good things are going to be happening.
Yeah, look at
for
all this
you.
moolah. So I'm
Gonna
going to
buy some
go.
cards.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1 there, excuse me, and
I
then
can reach it.
4 there.
So wait. Oh, because you've got your millionaire.
Yep.
That provides you $4. Wow.
Yeah. And then I've got $4 to spend.
All right.
So I will figure out what I'm going to buy.
That was what we like to call serendipitous.
It's very handy. Super handy. So I need jungle. I need a, can you OCD that
Oh, yes, yes.
El Dorado over there?
I agree.
You can just go ahead because I'm just figuring out what I'm going to buy.
But we're kind of neck and neck, so what I do might affect you.
Oh, all right.
You might buy knowing what I've done, you know,
Okay,
kind of a thing.
okay.
You're right. Probably doesn't matter, but he's cool. I mean, they're still thinking about what they want to do.
Okay. I've got $4 to spend. I've got loads of jungle. I probably have enough paddles. So I think I'll just buy a cartographer. That might come in handy.
All right, there you go. So you're done. My turn. I am going to call upon the aid of one of my jungle guides to get in there, which got me something in a cave, a single jungle. And I now am going to use my jack of all trades to paddle on out of here. And I am now going to use a forest man to move into this space. And I am now going to, that's kind of a bummer. Shoot the boot. Do I want that? I don't think I do. So I've got $2. I could hire a captain, but I don't need a captain anymore. I can't get this compass, which is what I'd really like to buy. So I think I'm just going to discard this. It's kind of sad.
Oh. Now I'm going to take a captain.
What do I need it for?
I think that'll be famous last words.
Well, you're right. There's 2 water to get across, but I already have a captain.
Yeah. Coming up when you need him?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm about to reshuffle my whole deck. And, I mean, that captain might get in the way of the other stuff I need. I want to say it's, you know, I think the internet's in trouble.
The internet might scream forward.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they're so far back. I think they would have needed to have done some more aggressive deck building to make up for how far back they are.
Well, I don't think they've done anything wrong, per se.
Well, they did still stand still for quite a while, and then I really messed them up. When I got here and then stood still for a while,
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably would have been able to push through, and instead they had to go the long way around, which was not their original intent, I don't think.
Yeah.
So that really hurt them, I think. Oh, they're going to be risky.
To the water!
Yep. I don't know. I mean, they got that water coming, but I mean, these are fairly easy. They do have a lot of machetes, and then this is some cheap stuff to get past. This is a problem, though.
Yep. Oh, you got to go one way or the other.
Now, I mean, there's literally no way. Oh no, if they got this guy, this is a quadruple water, so this would be the only way to get through there without a native guide.
Mm-hmm.
Although no, if they have a triple, they can use their captain
Okay,
plus
they've
their thing
talked
to
to
get
you.
there. Oh, hi, southeast, 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 southeast. That took 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Yep. Boom. Never give up, never surrender.
Okay, so it's my turn, right? So I'm going to use my special discard 1 to 4 cards and draw.
Oh, and I see you guys have your purple, so I'm sure you're going to want to use that and draw 2 more.
So there's 1, 2. Three. Let's see what I got. Mr. I'm going to stand here in the way of everything.
That's kind of my name.
Yeah.
Don't wear it out.
Shoot. Oh, darn it. I'm going to have to use my awesome native guide to just stand next to you.
Come and say hi. Oh, wow. What are you doing?
Well, this is what I had, and so I had no blue, so I just used a token to
you
discard,
discard
3
3 and drew 3.
And
And, oh, ouch.
I know.
That's,
That is the
wait,
unfortunate.
no. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So what was this? This is discard a card.
That is trash a card from your deck.
but
So
not,
if
not,
there's a
and
card you're
draw
not going to
another
play
one.
on a given turn, yeah.
But I couldn't just discard this one and draw another one. Okay. Shoot.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I can do. So I will use 3 to go 1, 2, and then I will use my awesome native guide to go high, and then I don't have another, unfortunately, anything to move forward.
Sorry,
So
I bet you can buy
yeah,
an Decker for those last bits of jungle, I suppose. Or a Captain for that last little bit of water.
yeah, you never know. I don't have very many oars.
Alrighty. So, this is crazy. I got 6 total machetes.
Oh, you know, I'm just going to discard that since I
So
6 machetes.
so this-
Holy cow!
Right, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Okay,
with my 2 regular explorers and my 2 scouts.
well done.
All right. And now what happens is, as soon as somebody steps onto any of these 3 spaces, however they get there, they are out of the game. That space gets cleared for other people, and that means the round that happened is the final round. 2, 3, 4.
I'm just seeing a blow up unicorn moving around out there. It's a swim toy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not every day that you see a unicorn outside your window. It's a rainbow unicorn.
Let's see. So, okay, what do they got? They've got a lot of water. They've got 4 total water. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could get through the water.
How are you saying
by,
4?
Because they've got this plus these 2, so
right,
they're
right,
4.
right.
And then they can get here, and then they've got, oh, shoot.
Oh, almost.
Oh, that is murder. So close. Level 3 journalist doesn't do it.
Did they use their cartographer?
What's the cartographer?
Oh, yeah, because they
Yeah,
got
they
5
use that.
cards.
That's why
I
they got
see.
5
Okay.
cards. Yeah. So if they go, let's see, or what else can they do? They can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seems like this is the very way to go, though. A bunch of singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then buy something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't buy another cartographer. Yeah, because if they did that, that'd be a card. That'd be a card. That'd be a card. That'd be the thing. So yeah. I mean, yeah, I think because the other way, I mean, they could just go in a straight line with but I don't think there's enough time to be doing much. Although, this could be a lifesaver too. But the problem is they don't have a jungle guide and they haven't bought this.
Yep.
So this is a total unbreakable wall for them.
They've just used 3 of their paddles.
Yeah. So I do think, and if they had,
$1 more they could do
but they've never bought a millionaire, so it's not like they can do it anyway.
Well,
You're
yeah,
the only
they
one who's bought a
can.
millionaire.
No, they can do it if they had a 3
Oh,
and a
4,
1.
yeah. If they had if they had
journalist
this.
and
No, because remember, you can only use 1 card. You can't combine money cards.
You can combine money cards.
To buy, to buy stuff. I'm saying, I was just thinking about it's just saying they
Ah.
can't get there because that's their last really tough thing to get past. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think I agree, Matt. So, south, southeast, southeast. Use the token, southeast, and buy 16. Yep, exactly. So 16 is in the game.
Woohoo!
All right, so there you go. You're not out of it yet, folks, but it doesn't look good.
That was a good catch-up, though. And I'm not doing a heck of a lot, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it looks bad for you, but if Jen and I get, our lead is very fragile. It depends on what cards we draw.
Right. So I'm just going 1 for there. Then I have to discard 2 to get into the next one. Oops, there we go. There. And I have 3 to spend. So I'll buy something. I will buy, don't need money anymore. All I need is, I only have 3 to spend. It really doesn't matter. Probably better off not buying anything. Oh, whatever. I'll just buy an Decker.
So, here's the heartbreaker. I got no water.
Oh!
So everybody's got another round.
Okay.
If I could have gone across that water, they would have had a turn. You would have never made it, and I would have won, free and clear. But I did not. Remember how you're saying maybe you should buy a captain?
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should have bought a captain.
Did anybody remember those famous last words?
All right. So I've got a bajillion jungles.
Why don't you just have a little
1,
wander
2,
around?
3, 4, 5, 6.
Hey,
So
why
I
don't
could
you
go
come up and get something
1,
out of the
2,
cave?
3, 4, 5, 6. But I guess I'll just go 1, 2.
You could go to the cave. Maybe you'd get something.
I sure could. And with $2, what can I buy? Nothing. Oh, I'm going to buy a compass.
Gosh, you know what? I think I could have stopped at the cave on my way to that double spot. That's a bit silly. Why didn't I do that? Where was I?
All right. And internet's up. Oh, and
No,
they
I must have
use
been
their
next to
token.
the cave. I don't remember.
So you've got. Now, I mean, the thing is, if I drew any water or my native guides, I'm on my turn. I'm going to cross the line, which means you guys have this turn and likely only 1 more turn. And you're ready. South, south, southeast, northeast, northeast. Oh, very exciting. South, south, southeast, northeast, northeast. Wow! Oh my gosh.
Look at him go.
Yeah, how did that work? Because of double. Yeah, nice. Okay.
Ooh.
Jeepers creepers.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I had drawn my cartographer, so I've drawn 2 extra cards. And I am going to go ahead and spend like there's no tomorrow. I'm going to spend $7 to get into here.
Meaning you discarded 2 cards, right?
Whatever, yeah. And then I'm going to spend 1
to
there.
go there.
And then I've got a double boink boink.
Boom, boom. This is it. So
And-
it didn't matter if I crossed the line. Jen just crossed the line. She is out. She is in El Dorado. This is the final round. This
I'm
is
having
my
a
last
margarita.
turn. And hey, I almost didn't get water again.
Mm.
I just barely, by the skin of my teeth,
Yikes.
made it. And I've only got one, so.
Wait a minute. How did? Oh, you just
Yeah.
crossed at the lowest.
So that's it. And so
It's the
even if they
internet.
cross the line, you'll win because.
Well, yeah.
Uh,
Give them the dignity of finishing. The
Yeah, yeah,
turn.
yeah. So what do they got? What do they got? Can they cross the line? That'd be awesome if they did.
So they've got 1, 2, 3,
So, yeah,
4.
this is obviously.
Yeah. Well, so 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then they can't quite get there.
As opposed to 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh man.
You needed your draw 2 on this turn. But I think that one just came up. So.
Yeah, and your next up is money, money. That was not. I mean, you guys just bought this. Oh my God! Look at that. Yeah, because they can't make it.
Yeah.
They can't possibly make it. But the thing they just bought, if that had come along.
Then you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and they could totally make it.
Yep.
So and that was their Hail Mary buy.
Yep.
And so if that had come out, they would have crossed the line. And unfortunately, even though if you had crossed the line, you should have won, because I'll talk about this in the final thoughts. It really seems unfair. You guys worked harder crushing barriers than Jen. You have a total of 9. She has a total of 8. You both have 2, so you're equal on that. I have 1, so I don't win. The tiebreaker comes down to she did the highest value 1, which, by the way, was easier than yours. Well, not necessarily. You had to do, yeah. But anyway, yeah. But that was really close, guys. I mean, if for one card draw, if you had drawn this instead of this, which it could have easily gone, as Jen said, you would have made it. And Jen still would have won because of what I'm going to complain about in the final thoughts is not the greatest rule in the world. And that's it, folks. That was one full run through of El Dorado. Yep. Did I call it correctly at the beginning? I think I did. Jen won. And now, if you'd like to hear some final thoughts, you can hit that button in the top right corner screen or follow the show notes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You didn't call it correctly because you said you were going to be last and you were second. And actually, we all came in basically at the
I
same
would be
time.
last if they'd drawn this. I would have been last. Because they
Oh.
would have crossed the line, and the tie would have been you got the highest.
Yeah.
They tied you for, and so yeah, I would have been last by 1 card. But I stand by the main thrust of my my thing, which is of course, Jen was going to win. Good game, though, guys. I mean, it was your
Yeah.
first game,
Yeah.
and you had, we had the benefit of, we've played this game a few times now. Although, even as you saw, there's still a few questions that pop up here and there. You can stop recording. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for 1 card, that was pretty good. I mean, I thought you didn't have a chance, but you did. That
No,
was
you really pulled it out in the
I
end.
know, yeah. For just so, I mean, yeah. It
Well,
could
you
have been.
didn't even use-
What else did they have?
Look at that, you have
Oh no! If you had gotten the cartographer, you had another cartographer, which was waiting to be drawn, which would have given you 2. So you had a decent shot of crossing the line. Although again, this is just wrong.
It is.
It's totally wrong.
It should be the
This
sum.
should be the 3rd tiebreaker. First tiebreaker, who broke through the most barriers. Second tiebreaker, who has the highest total value of all their tiebreakers together, which would be the internet. Third tiebreaker, who has the highest one. Yeah. That is the way it should be, and that's the way we're going to play it. I'm sorry, Mr. Kanichia, Dr. Kanichia. I love you. I think you're a brilliant man, but you missed a trick on this one. And that's it, folks. Hey, it's time for Q&A. So I'm thirsty. I'm going to get a drink of water. You can start asking questions.
Why don't you bring the boxes over?
Well, I was going to see if they were going to remember, because if they'd forgotten.
Ah, okay. We'll see if they do. I mean, I think basically Leva's been here the whole time. Oh, nope. Somebody says, now unboxing!
Yeah, but that happened every 30 seconds, so. All right, I'll bring a knife.
All right.
Kniffy.
Aw. Thanks, the video Jacob. Yeah, it's actually, this is a pretty good game to play live, I think.
Yeah, it worked out. Worked pretty well. I know that's the important thing. I mean, with the exception of this, there's no hidden information. And I mean, I tried very hard not to look.
Me too. Well,
And-
anyway, by the time
And most of the time it
Didn't
doesn't matter
matter.
because we were spread up, so.
yeah.
All right, unboxing time. 2 boxes came. These are all from SDZ. Nope. Need to get my microphone. So, these are all from Esdevium Games, which is one of the biggest board game distributors in Europe. I think it's the
Wait,
biggest one in
That just
England.
turned off. Is that okay?
What just
I just
turned
heard the shutter turn off on there.
This turned off?
Yes.
I don't know why it was on. Let's make sure we're still live. La 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 la. Still a good stream.
Okay, because that's coming through the Microsoft one. It's the
Yeah,
one,
exactly.
one
No,
next to it.
that thing just, you're saying this just
Yeah,
closed.
it just
yeah, that
shuttered.
should have never been open. That's been open for hours for no reason.
Yep, well, that's what I say.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know, that's weird.
Okay.
But, yes, big screen for unbox. What does that mean? What are they looking at?
Oh, that little tiny picture of us, they want it bigger.
Oh, but I mean, they can actually see the box this way. See, you can see the stuff coming out. I'll make the little screen big if you want. You guys call. You have 30 seconds to decide. Do you want to see the stuff come directly out of the box, or do you want to see it obliquely as we pull stuff out of the box?
Obliquely.
It's a word. It's totes a word.
What was
That was
that
really
word
cool,
for?
though. Yeah, if they, that would have been an awesome ending if they had just gotten lucky and drawn their thing and then drawn their other thing and they would have crossed the finish line.
Yeah,
That would have been
they
so
could've.
awesome.
They could've.
Although still, and then they would have won
Yeah.
if the rules were correct. If Reiner Knieti had not made that terrible, terrible mistake. Let's see. We want to see your faces. All right.
No,
Okay.
Elizabeth says leave it as is. Keep it directly.
Oh!
The curved
Is Matt
view.
still the captain is the question.
Both big. Overhead for unboxing. I don't know. It's like a 50-50 looks
You know
like.
what? I wonder, I could have sworn, isn't there some kind of
Is there a
poll
poll?
thing I can do? I think maybe there is, but it's some kind of plug-in or something like that. I think there is a way you can do polls, but I don't know how to do it.
All right.
All right. Current. I think honestly the current view is better. You can see our responses. Although actually I know what a good deal of them are. Jen doesn't know it all.
No.
And even when she sees them, she won't know what it is. So you can still see us in the little. You get to see the big box. So these are all from his Devium. It's weird. Asmodee, as a publisher, just doesn't care about Rahdo Runs Through. They never provide review copies. And last year at Essen, they said, well, you know what? Just go talk to Devium. And so I did, and Devium is pretty cool. They will send, although it's weird, they generally won't send stuff to me until there's like a big buildup of like 5 or 6 or however many games this is going to be, and then they'll send them to me all at once, which is why for the last few months I have been so late to the party on so many games because I've just been waiting for a big delivery from Devium, and here it is. And this is upside down. Hey, honey, this...
Yay, I know what that is.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep. We'll definitely playing this before you leave.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else is in here? A whole bunch of cardboard. That is literally the only thing in here.
Oh, that's
Yep, that's all that's in there.
a bit silly.
But the latest, I don't know, should we open that? Probably not. But I'm sure we'll probably play it tomorrow. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
Well, we usually have Sunday Gloomhaven.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So maybe not tomorrow, maybe
Time
Monday.
Story Sunday instead. So here's the big one. Oh, this is really big.
I'm loving my singer in
Here.
Gloomhaven though. So
Your note character. You're not supposed to say names because that's a spoiler. It's the whole thing.
oh,
You love your note character.
can I say Bard?
No.
Oh,
But you just did.
well, what's the rule
People
of
are
that?
very sensitive. You're just supposed to say note.
Note.
Yep, because nobody wants to know what anything is until they discover it for themselves. And you just told them what its real name is and what it does.
I'm sorry, everybody.
But they would have guessed because it's a note. You see, oh, there's a character whose
I
symbol
see,
is
with
a
the
musical note.
Ah,
You figure it's a
okay.
bard.
You got to tell me the rules.
You've
You've
got to tell me when you're going to go off the reservation and say stuff you're not supposed to say. Ooh.
If I'm sitting here, I'm probably going off
Yeah,
reservation.
baby.
What is it? Ooh, very nice.
Yep, Jen has never
Do
seen
we
or heard
even
of this
have-
before.
No, we don't own Caverna anymore, do we?
Huh?
We don't own Caverna anymore.
This is not an expansion. This is a little standalone 2-player only game inspired by. Remember the little tiny Agricola game?
Yeah.
It's just like the little tiny ones and all it does is grow the animals?
Yeah.
This is like that but for Caverna. Although it's not growing animals.
Uh-oh.
So this is, what's this?
No, there's a note that says, don't send it out, it's for Rahdo.
Oh yeah, because they set it aside. So I've been excited about this. This is very neat. This is a dice drafting game. Okay, this I gotta open just because I want to see these dice.
Well, what about all this? Okay, so and then we've got this.
Yay! I haven't played it yet, but Z Garcia from the Dice Tower gave it a good review. For some reason, this just completely slipped off my radar. I didn't even notice it, but Z did a run through or a video. They don't do run throughs, and I thought that sounds really cool. And I talked to Xevium, and they sent it. And then finally,
No, there's something else
I
in
can
here.
do a near and far update because apparently the run through I did of this is now radically out of date because the rules changed very significantly. So it'll be interesting to see how well that works. And then, don't send out for Rahdo. It's another Valley of the Kings. So I can finally complete the full series of Valley of the Kings videos. Yay! And so look at these, honey pie. These are awesome.
Oh, pretty.
Yep, a pretty ribbon, which serves no purpose, and a very pretty board, but you snap dice together. You build dice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a dice builder instead of a deck builder.
That is exactly the trick.
Wow.
Oh dear, and I just made a mess.
You did.
Let's see, they all snap in. And so I guess you start out with them all at level 1s, but you can give them different powers, and so you have several dice you're rolling, so you can like focus and make one die really good, or put a lot of things across a lot of dice.
Yeah.
It's very cool, and I've made a big mess.
You have.
I totally have.
Looks like there's a
Yeah,
special
very
way to put
elaborate
stuff in.
holder and all of that.
Maybe, I don't know.
And yeah,
Cool.
and hopefully I didn't lose any pieces there.
Well, they can't have gone far. Keep an eye on Daisy.
Indeed, yes. That's it, folks. There was the first ever, probably only ever, Rahdo unboxing. Oh, that's not true. I did one for Gloom. No, I did one for Mechs vs. Minions. That's right. Yeah, all that stuff goes back in. So you can expect some of those to be coming in the coming weeks, but it'll be interesting to see how much because Jen is about to leave for a month. As is the case, Jen just doesn't like living with me and the beagles and the chickens for more than 6 months uninterrupted before she decides, I got to get out of this place. These people are driving me nuts. So twice a year she leaves for like a month solid. She did it back in January and now she's going to do it next month. She'll be in England the whole time working on a lot of big glass pieces, and doing a bunch of stuff. So I will be all alone. I will not have anybody to play all these games with.
Oh, we'll play them before you go.
Let's see. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, you're going what, in 2 weeks, I guess?
2 weeks.
Why can't I find the thingy? There we go. So I can make you go away. Video cam or live cam.
Hello.
Remove. Or just move it off to the side. Bye-bye. Don't need you anymore. And you, I need to transform into fit to screen. Boink.
Boink.
There we go. Oh, and here's Daisy.
Look at what we've got.
Alrighty. That'll show up in a second for them, I assume. That'll show up in 30 seconds time. Of course, everything we say is in 30 seconds time.
Yep.
And now we can go back.
It's like talking to the future.
And there we go. Hey, so, actually,
Yes.
rather, it's always hard to do the Q&A because it always stalls. But, let's see. Q&A works much better on the phone. So, what do we got? Scroll down. Hi, Daisy. So how far do I go back? Up, Daisy. What?
She
wants
says,
your tea.
what you got in there, master?
Yeah. All right.
Good girl.
All right, so I will go back to where they were shouting, open the box! The box! The box! What's in the box? Box, box, box. Open it. Open it.
Daisy
awesome,
just had a
awesome
clip.
cardboard ribbons, honey pie. Spoilers! Spoilers. But he joked about it. Oh, it was Isaac himself. Isaac just chastised you for spoilers, honey pie.
Oh dear.
But
Sorry.
then he laughed. He laughed. So I don't think it was a serious chastising. Okay. She didn't know.
I didn't know. You have to tell me that. I mean, it's not part of the rules that I read
She's
on the little
completely
card
unaware
about.
of all of the rules.
What does immobilize mean? It doesn't say. Don't ever say anything about this game.
All right. Let's see. Caverna for 2. Yeah. All right.
Apparently my
So
ears
remember,
hurt.
folks, questions. Scrolling. I assume there must be some by now. I'm just slowly catching up. All righty. Do you still own Lewis and Clark? Yes. And which game do you enjoy more nowadays? Which game style do you enjoy more? The more meaty Lewis and Clark or the lighter El Dorado? All right, honey pie. We haven't played Lewis and Clark for
Yeah,
probably a
no.
couple of years. Do you
I do
remember? You do
know.
remember it though, right?
Yep.
I mean, it was kind of similar to this.
I like this better
Why?
because I didn't like Lewis and Clark as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't. I never liked it as much as you did.
Yeah.
So.
But you can't articulate why? Would you say it's... but the question was, because of lightness or... This is Lewis and Clark is a fairly heavy game.
Yeah.
It's a fairly thinky game. And quite frankly, you would like it more if we hadn't tried to play it at night. I have since learned never, ever, ever try to play any game with Jen past 5 p.m. because, oh, what do you know? I was sure you were going to like this. Oh, no, she didn't like it. What? Because of the game? No, because you don't play a game with Jen past 5.
I'm going to get the dogs their chewies. I have prepared some goodies.
To answer your question, they're both great games. I would go for this over Lewis and Clark because this game takes place in a quarter of the time, or half the time at most. And that's a big, big consideration for us. I mean, because you have to understand, any game that we're going to play just for fun, it's going to be better if it's short. I never used my push through anybody.
I know.
I can't believe it. These should be worth points too if you don't use them. Konnichiwa. So I do think Lewis and Clark is the objectively better game, just because it's really, really brilliant. And if I were a regular person with regular playing habits, they'd both have room on my shelf. I'd want them both. I'd want this for a quick, fun, fast 20-minute game, and I'd want Lewis and Clark for a big, meaty 80 or 90-minute game. And I'd want to play it during the day so that Jen would enjoy it more. Because that was the problem. Let's see here. There was something white at the bottom of the first box. It was a little receipt thing. It was a little invoice thing. Alrighty. Apparently Matt has decided he's not going to be captain again. You can be captain, honey.
Oh, I thought you did a great job, Matt. Good job.
You did a great job, Matt. But it is tough. You can see why Leva was pushing so hard. Come on, Matt. You know you want to. Let's see. Isaac says, hi, Daisy.
Hi, Isaac.
Let's see.
Says
Just
Daisy.
got back. Jen won. The internet. I came in second. The internet came in third, but only because of one card draw. And it's a whole thing. Watch my final thoughts when I eventually do them. Can you show us the El Dorado insert? Yeah. Actually, no, I don't think I can. But yeah, I can. It's not much. It's just one of these little, it's nice. It's a little cardboard thing with a jungle pattern. It's nice. They went above and beyond. But it's nothing fancy. Nor is it something that you would have to throw out to make room for expansions. So if it's going to be an insert, at least it's a good type. Honey.
Yes.
What was your favorite bit about the movie The Sixth Sense? Oh.
I'm afraid I can't comment on that. In the
Why,
public
honey?
forum.
Is there any particular rule?
Come on, it's like 10 years old. Probably everybody's seen it. But that was an amazing movie. I loved that.
It's hilarious. Let's see.
Who's the
what
smarty
theme?
Malarty who asked
That was Matt. That was Captain Matt.
Captain Matt.
What theme would Jen and you like to see in a game that has not been done before? We've been asked that a lot of times. I should put that on the FAQ. It gets asked so often. Honestly, we don't really have one.
Dogs. Something with dogs.
There's plenty of them with dogs.
Something fun with dogs.
We played ones that were fun with dogs, but it was a pick 'em and deliver game. And
Yeah, I remember that. Wasn't
Yeah.
that the one from Argentina or somewhere?
it was South America. I think it might have been Brazil, but yeah.
I mean, it was a very sweet game.
Yeah, it was very charming, but yeah, it was pick 'em and deliver. Yeah. So then what are you saying you want in a dog game? Since we did play a good dog game, and we didn't keep it.
Maybe life through the eyes of a dog. And you score your owners based on how many walks they give you and the treats.
There is a game out like that, but
like
it's
that.
super duper lightweight.
Okay.
All right.
Been there, done that, apparently.
Normally our answer is alternate, fictional what if history type stuff. But that's only because specifically one particular scenario, Jen is fascinated by the expansion of the Mongols, how they almost completely took over the entire world at one point, but then stopped because of a coincidence, for lack of a better, practically.
Yeah.
And what if that thing hadn't happened, and what would the world be like? Jen just wants to see that one. I don't have any. I'm happy. I like zombies and high fantasy. I'm happy with anything. And I like trading in the Mediterranean. I like all the ones they give us. Which of the nominated games for Spiel, Jahres, and Kenner Spiel were your favorites of the two? This was our favorite Kenner, or Spiel. And our favorite Kenner, I don't remember what they were now. I talked about it. No, I didn't. That's right. I screwed up in the last podcast and talked about the Spiel and not the Kenner. What was the Kenner? Oh, I wanted... Raiders of the North Sea to win, just because that would have been so awesome, and I know what a big impact that would have. I've met the guy who designed it. He's a really wonderful guy, Shem down in New Zealand, and if that had won, that would have been life-changing for him. And so I really want, because he was like the underdog. Plus, it was a worthy game. It was reasonable. But if not for the underdog nature, I probably would have gone for Exit, and Exit won. But it's not like Cosmos needed that award. I mean, it's kind of a shame. I would have loved to have seen that Raiders win because it's a phenomenal game. And Jen, honey, which would you rather see win? Raiders of the North Sea, exit the game, or Terraforming Mars? Which of those do you remember?
Exit the game. Is that those little the little ones that we've played?
Yes, the ones where you had to chop them up with scissors and stuff.
Oh, that was really good fun. Was that
No
the
spoilers.
New Zealand guy?
No.
Okay.
You probably remember, we haven't played it since it originally came out. I played the expansion with some other folks because you were off, leaving the country for a month at a time because you just had enough of us and had to leave. You might remember it though. It was a Viking game where the bottom half of the board is our Viking village and we're sending workers around, and then you build up the troops and they go across the ocean.
You mean the one that I
but
really
we all
liked,
shared the workers.
Yeah, and I really liked it, and you thought it was too mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I liked
So
it.
that one was up. Exit was up. And the game where we were trying to terraform Mars by pulling asteroids out of the sky and destroying each other's stuff all the time.
Okay, well, I'm going to say the Vikings then.
Yeah. All right.
Is that the one that won?
No. The Exit the Room ones won.
Oh. I wonder if that wasn't from the novelty factor, because those are kind of hot right now, aren't they?
Oh, I think it's a reasonable. I mean, again, I think it's a reasonable thing because of those three, it probably does fit their remit. The Kenner Spiel is supposed to be, hey, there's a family who loves playing games and they're really good at Ticket to Rides and kids games and stuff like that. And they want something just a little bit heavier. Exit's perfect for that. Terraforming Mars should not have been nominated. That is not appropriate for the level that thing shoots for. And the Exit Room and the Viking one is pretty cool, but it does have a lot of player versus player stuff. So it's not necessarily great for all families. And the Exit stuff works great universally. You can play with anybody. So I think it was the right choice. I just wished it would have been Raiders of the North Sea. Let's see. And
Which would have been my vote as well.
what do we think about Ice Cool? Jen really wants to play it really bad because she hasn't. I told you about it. So you're flicking little penguins, but they kind of weeble wobble and they don't fall down. So you can kind of flick them around corners and stuff like that, and you can flip them over walls. We haven't played it though.
Do we have it?
No, we haven't. We don't have it. No. Oh. It's a super lightweight. It's a neat gimmick, but I mean.
Weebles.
I don't know. I personally am not really interested in it. I'm sure Jen would like it, but we don't have kids, and I think that's really going to be
Am
a
I
game
going to
where.
have to find time to play it at Spiel?
Yeah, give it a try. When the fact that when you went and played, what was it, the marble game,
yeah.
and you said, oh yeah, it was neat, but I'd never want to play it again because it was just too light and simple. I think that would be your response to Ice Cool as well, as opposed to Rampage or Catacombs, when we're flicking stuff. There's a lot of cool things happening, and there's a lot more to think about other than just how can I flick this thing around a corner. Will you run through Dinosaur Island at some point? Yeah, actually that was really weird. I probably would have done a run through for that when it was on Kick. Did they contact me? I don't remember. No, I was interested in it. I think there was just something didn't work out. The timing didn't work out, so they couldn't send it to me. I'm interested in trying it. It's basically a worker placement, build your own Jurassic Park type thing.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, you remember? Yeah, it was. They were going to send it, but it wasn't going to get here in time, or it got lost. I don't remember what it was now. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in trying it. Alrighty. Morning. Is this Kenichia's best game in the last 10 years? It could be, but I'd have to look. What can I think of other that he's done in the last 10 years? I mean, we really like Spectaculum. That's the circuses moving around the board, but it's really a stock market game. We haven't played it for a few years. Circus
Circus is moving around the board.
Circus is moving around the board.
I don't remember that at all.
I'd have to look at a list, but I'd say with a high level of confidence that this is probably, certainly our favorite of his games. But we're not really interested in. I mean, he does a lot of really good, like very abstract card games. I guess those are all really nice, but those just aren't interesting to us. Let's see here. They're all talking. Honey, are you wearing one of your creations?
Yes, I am. This is one of my hearts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all you got to say? Answer, yes. One of the hearts. Don't want to say anything else?
I don't know what else to say. What am I supposed to say?
You can find them on
Oh, yes. Although not this one, I haven't photographed it yet. You can find them on
She wasn't saying it, I just told her. You can find them on her shop on Etsy. What's the URL, honey pie?
Jennifer.net/shop.
There you go.
But you have to spell it
JENNEFER.net
Yeah.
/shop. Or just do a search for Jennifer Ham Glass on Etsy. She is terrible at upselling. She was a Mary Kay consultant for like 10 years,
Yeah,
and she's
actually.
still terrible at upselling.
Was it that long?
I don't know, it was a long time. What are the card sizes? These are tiny cards. These are like,
Do you want me to get a ruler?
it can be looked up online. There is the second most popular geek list on all of Board Game Geek is card sizes. If you want to find it, just go to any page on Board Game Geek. Up at the top in the banner, there will be geek lists. Look at that. Just look at geek lists, and they'll give you a list of all geek lists, and then say sort by hottest of all time. And the number 2 in the world is the what do you call it? The geek list that basically lists the size of cards for pretty much all games out there. It's incredibly popular. Hey, guess what the number 3 is of all time? Mine. I was looking because I was curious where mine falls in the overall rankings, and I saw that that other one's higher. Or no, that's the number 1, and the number 2 is this other. Yeah. Anyway, Trains or El Dorado? El Dorado. Does it scratch a similar itch? No. I doubt you'll remember Trains. No, you won't. You won't. Let's see here.
Trains. Which one was that?
It's a Dominion-style deck builder. It's very much like Dominion, but there's a board, and we were laying cubes out to represent laying track.
Yeah.
And a lot of the cards that go into your deck are different types of trains that do different things and stuff like that. I mean, you won't remember it at all.
Okay.
Have you had a chance to play more Lisboa? No, we haven't. Actually, we haven't even gotten a final copy. They didn't send us a final. We only ever played the prototype, and then I think I had to send the prototype on to somebody else, so we haven't played it since. Or am I thinking of? Yeah, Lisboa. Yeah, I'm thinking of Lisboa, yeah. But I'm really curious to try it because I know they added that whole extra mode just because I complained about the startup variability, so I'd love to try that. Let's see here. People still talking about the Sixth Sense. Do I have a Twitch channel? No. I've never looked into it. I probably should, but I just know how to use YouTube. Clank. Ooh, honey pie.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, the question was Clank eligible for the Spiel des Jahres? I have no idea. I don't know what the timing is. Probably not, because I mean, it has to be published in Germany, so it means it has to have a German version. So it'll probably be eligible next year. I'm sure they will have done one by then. But do you like this or Clank more?
That's
You didn't ask, but that's the question.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, done. Hope you enjoyed your Gert.
Yep, she's done.
I think I like Clank better.
I like this better by a sizable margin. I mean, Clank is really, really good, but this is phenomenal. Does Clank have it? Right, yeah, Clank.
And why would you say that then?
Honey pie, what is the catchphrase of Doctor Who's River Song?
I don't know. But
Matt asked the question.
I'm really glad that there's a female doctor coming up. That's all I know really about Doctor Who.
Her catchphrase is spoilers. Oh. You should have guessed that because he was continuing his spoilery business.
I thought Isaac was supposed to be the one.
No, I know it meant. Anyway, which of the video games you worked on do you think would make the best board game?
Pitfall Harry.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your favorite game, but it would not make the best board game.
It would be a great board
It would
game.
make a fine board game, but it wouldn't make the best
Think
board
about having
game.
your inflatable rubber ducky.
Yeah, I mean, it would make a fine board game, but it would not make the best board game. There's not as much stuff to be done with it. I mean, quite frankly, probably The Sims, when it boils right down to it, although that's kind of been made with Pursuit of Happiness and CV. But actually, that's really kind of weird. Why hasn't there been a good, solid, well-designed, modern designer Sims game? But Fable. Of course, Fable's going to be a much.
Yeah.
I mean, probably Fable. Fable would probably win. But man, I mean, there was so much more we had to say on Brink. Brink would be awesome too. So much you could do with that universe, and that universe is really, really different. But anyway, How do you rank the Indiana Jones movies?
I don't like the one with the kid in it because he annoys me
Okay.
with all of his
That
high-pitched
would
noises.
be the Temple of Doom.
Yep.
So that's the bottom.
Yep.
All right.
I guess probably the first one I like the best because,
Okay. All right.
Your first is always
Keep going.
and then the third one.
All right. And you don't even remember the fourth one.
Is there
do
another one?
You don't remember
Sorry,
the fourth one?
Apparently not.
Something the Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
You'd think I'd like the crystal anything.
Yep. Don't remember it at all,
Don't
do you?
remember it.
Well, then you're not saying that's going to be at the bottom end? Because at least you remember
No.
Temple of Doom.
No, because of that kid and his horrible.
All right. I would rank them... 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Yeah, probably. Although I liked Crystal Skull. And I do remember it, and I liked it just fine. I didn't have a problem with it at all. Nuke the fridge, I say. I've recently discovered a very good YouTube channel called Everything Great About, or something like that, which basically he just goes through movies that the internet loves to hate, like Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, or Spider-Man 3, and just listen, hey, here's all the really great stuff in them. I love that. More positivity in the world, internet, come on. You need to have Matt in charge. Yes, good looking games, all right. Honey.
Yes.
Could you do a black color meeple cufflinks? That question was sent to you by Mr. Karthik Sethi.
Of course I can. I would be delighted to.
All
yes. Done. Consider done.
All righty. Okay, she's going to work on them right after we're done with this.
Yep.
Leva says she'll play Ice Cool with you in Spiel, Honey Pie.
Cool, Leva. We'll have to figure out a good time. Do it like
Didn't
at
you
the
go
end
and
of the day
play
or
the
something.
marble game with her, though?
I think we did, yeah.
So
Didn't we
whenever
do
you
it
play a
together?
game with her, you end up hating it.
Not every
Potion
time.
Explosion, that's what it's called.
No, we've played other games together that we didn't hate.
Let's see. All right. What are your thoughts about the Raxon hype? All right.
Never
So
heard
Honey
of
Pie, there's a new cooperative game called Raxon, and it's a zombie game, but basically we're in charge of trying to evacuate people. And there's like a bunch of cards laid out in a grid, and they're all face down, so you don't know who amongst this big throbbing horde of people are survivors trying to get out and who are zombies.
Yeah,
and
it's
so
kind of a
you're
concentration thing?
Huh?
Concentration?
I don't think there's a memory element, but I think over time you use your abilities and look them, flip them over to find them, and then you can shift them around so you get the zombies, because then you can call in airstrikes and you'll destroy everything in a row or everything in a column to get rid of the zombies, but you can't call them in if there's humans, so things are moving around. And it seems like a really clever little puzzle game. I think we'd like it. But here's the way it works. There's like this meta story, I guess, around it, where the Roxxon is the corporation that's behind the zombie plague, and they're trying to save humanity. And so Roxxon, in the real world, has sent out emails to a select group of people and said, "You're the ones. We can't let everybody escape. So we're going to send them to you. And now you can buy the game on our website." But they don't say that. They say, and you can follow our escape plan. Fill out this form, and you'll get the rest of the stuff in the mail so you can help escape. And you can recruit 3 of your friends. Wow. So the only way you can buy this game is if you get an invite from somebody who's gotten an invite.
Oh my
and so
gosh.
the game is supposed to spread virally,
like
a zombie virus.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Talk about your referral marketing plan.
Yep.
Wow.
So anyway, so
But
that's it.
also-
And Leva wonders, what do you think about the Roxxon hype?
Very
The Roxxon hype.
elitist as well.
Well, what do you think about it? Do you think that's good or bad?
I'm.
Yeah, and you know everything. I only know a little bit more.
No,
than that.
I'm totally intrigued by it, but at the same time, I feel kind of like a little bit dirty about it.
What do you mean?
Because you kind of feel like, well, how did they decide who was going to get the
I have no
initial
idea.
invites?
I assume there must have been. I would be willing to bet it's probably. They've got mailing lists of the people who buy from them regularly. So those are people who probably got. They probably all got. Heck,
we
maybe
get
it was
an
only.
email?
No, I mean we've never bought anything from them direct. So I never got one. I only found out
they
about
missed
it
a
completely
trick.
by accident when it got listed on Board Game Geek, and I was like, oh, there's this game. That sounds kind of cool, and I didn't even know what it was, and then I started looking into it. But no, what's it? Plaid Hat. They're Asmodee, so the only way I'm going to get it is if Devium sends it to me in 3 months from now, if it ever becomes. Because actually, the other thing, I mean, nobody knows if everybody's going to be able to buy it except through this referral campaign.
Yeah. So it's very elite at the moment.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to know somebody, and there's people making threads. Hey, tell me your favorite story, and the best 3 jokes will get one of my thing. Those kind of things. People are doing stuff like that, and So I think it's really cool. I love the idea of it. I did get an invite, and it was useless because if I recall correctly, I forget exactly, the game was like $30, but shipping to Malta was $40. So there's just no way I was going to do it. But I do have 3 invites, so I guess I should figure out a way to give those out. Because even though, just the active invite, even if I don't buy it, I now have 3 invites I could give out. So yeah, I need to do something about that, but I don't know what. I haven't even thought about it. Because I was just so bummed when I found out the shipping to get it here to Malta costs more than the actual game. Plus, it would we would get hit by import taxes.
What about to England? I'm going to England.
It'd probably be less, but we'd still get hit with import taxes, which would be another 20 euros or 20 pounds.
Well, somebody's
they
going
don't
to be
ship
coming
it.
over from the States for Essen. They might bring it for us.
It'll probably be available just normally by then. This is just a cool thing they're doing. I bet it'll be available widely.
Okay.
It looks like a neat little game. I like the idea of it. I just wish they had good European and distribution outside the US, because I think that's unfortunate. They create this really cool event, and literally, what? 80% of all board game geeks around the world cannot participate because that's the other thing too. Shipping in America is free. 100% free if you're in America. You live in Malta, $40 or $6, and that would be a 4 to 8 week wait. It says if you want it within a week's time, I believe it was $60 or $70. Yikes. So I'd have to pay $100 for this little card co-op game. So I thought it was awesome until I realized it's awesome for Americans, and for the rest of us, not so much. That's my thought. What do you think about RPGs like Pathfinder, D&D? I have never in my life played a pen and paper role-playing game, and neither has Jen. So it's weird. When I was growing up and homeschooled, living on a boat, I bought a bunch. I had a bunch of D&D books. I had the cartoon one, Toons, I think it was called. I had a bunch, and I read them all, and I made little adventures, and I never had anybody to play them with. I spent hours making map upon map upon map. I still remember doing it on the graph paper, rolling characters up, and then never playing them because I was all by myself.
Ryan wouldn't play with you?
He had no interest. Ryan's too cool for school. He would not be interested in doing such silly things. Let's see here. Somebody would like, Betsy says she loves her Pandora beads.
Oh, lovely. Yay.
Or love, all caps love.
Thank you.
And leave a point out that you actually showed them to everybody in the last live back in April.
Yes, I've been making a gazillion, well, not a gazillion.
Honey, are you left? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, fish. Sorry,
because they're going to go on, I've made a special one to go on the Sparkle gamer bags that my mom has finished crocheting. They're on their way to us. So I've been making beads like a crazy
Kickstarter
woman.
backer update.
There you go, right there.
The bags are on the way.
Yep.
Honey, are you left or right-handed?
I am right-handed. Why?
Well, he's really asking me. And I am right-handed as well. Darren asks, because I film left-handed and I play right-handed. I'm right-handed and would do it the opposite way. Here's the deal. I don't know why this is, but when I was a kid, I was completely ambidextrous. And my mom told me many years ago, and I really should ask why, and I didn't think to ask at the time, she purposely said, favor your right hand. She thought for some reason it was going to be a problem for me later in life to be ambidextrous. I don't know why. So I did. I started favoring my right hand, and now I'm right-handed. But there was a time in my life when I could do everything left or right-handed equally well. And to this day, I still bat left-handed. I golf left-handed. I do a bunch of stuff left-handed.
If you call golfing, miniature golf.
I've gone to driving ranges, and I golf left-handed there. And everybody said, why are you golfing left-handed? Because I have this weird background with my mom being afraid of ambidextrous people. Alrighty. And so, yes, that's why. I mean, even if I wasn't, I would film left-handed. I film with the camera in my left hand because I want to use my right hand to manipulate stuff. And that's just more comfortable, even though no camera in the world supports that. So I have to hold the camera in a weird way, which is uncomfortable, but c'est la vie. Best Catan expansion. I have no idea. I've only ever played vanilla Catan once. So not a two-player game, so we don't get to play it much. Have you played Leaving Earth? The responsibility of command is clearly getting to me. No, we didn't. There was a whole thing about Leaving Earth. I did get it, and I set it up, and I just knew we weren't going to enjoy it, and I put it back away, and I felt really bad about it because it was a voter pick and stuff like that, and I apologized and ran through something else instead. It looks like a great game, but yeah, after, what was it called? I can't think of the really complex, heavy one. There's just no way, even a medium weight one was going to be interesting. We kind of got burned out on that subject matter. So you're going to play, who are you going to play with for the next month? The internet. You know, if I was really hoping that, the dual version, the two-player co-op version of Codenames was going to be in this. Because if that was the case, I probably would do a co-op of that with the internet while Jen is gone. But I just probably won't be playing games very much. I mean, there are some people here in Malta who I might play with. But we'll see what happens.
You can have a holiday
What do you mean?
from playing games.
Yeah, exactly.
But not
So, yeah,
filming.
yeah.
Because we played a bunch of games. He'll film a bunch still.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll just plow. I mean, all those games you just saw, I'm sure we'll plow through over the next week or so that I have them in the queue. But that doesn't matter. It's going to be based on what the voters choose. But these will all be on the next voter rolls, and I'm sure you guys will be choosing them. Except for Near and Far. Near and Far was a director pick, so that'll definitely be filmed. So we definitely have to play that. And I'm really interested because I want to see how they've changed it. I'm worried that the game's actually not as good as it was when we played it because I think they dumbed it down too much. From what I've read, I haven't played it, but I'm really worried that the game won't be as good as it used to be because we played the heavier version. I don't know anything about Pyramid Arcade. Sorry, Alyssa. I feel like I should, but I can't think of it. Do you have info on Feld's new game, Merlin? Nope, I know nothing about it other than the pictures that are online. Do I still play video games? No. When I did my top 10 video games, do you play video games, Sunny Pie?
No.
When I did my top 10 video games a couple of years ago, and it was almost all games, and I mentioned there I don't play games anymore, a lot of people suggested stuff. So I did try a few things based on people's suggestions. And there were two that kind of stuck, and so one of those would be the last one I played. And I can't remember, one of them is Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Remember that?
No.
Apparently it didn't. It was the one where you were disarming a bomb and you were playing the video game and you would flip the bomb around and look for switches and I had a bomb defusal manual.
That's a video game?
Yeah, of course it was. You were playing it on the computer. What did you think you were doing?
Well,
You didn't actually have a real hologram.
Like the Sony or something on the TV. That's what I'm thinking of video games.
Well, no, computer games are video games. iPhone games are video games.
Okay. Then yes,
Yeah.
sometimes.
That would be the last one she played. I think. No, I have since played because I talked about how much I love Elite Beat Agents. Somebody talked about how there's a freeware version of that where you can pretty much download any song in the world and play it, and I fell in love with that. I played that a lot. But then my computer died, and I've got a new one now, and I haven't gone back and reinstalled it because I've forgotten about it. I've forgotten about it till this very second. But when I had that icon on my desktop, I would do that every once in a while and play pop songs that I really love. That was really awesome. I cannot think of the name of it, though, but it was excellent. Leva says she did ultimately pick up Potion Explosion, and it grew on her.
Oh, well.
I've not played it. Have you tried Sensory Spice Road? No, I was hoping that was going to show up in this as well, but it didn't.
There was not enough room in that little box.
Yeah. When it comes to games you run through, do you prioritize Kickstarters to make sure they... Yes. My prioritization for games is, number one, Kickstarter. Any Kickstarter prototype I've got, I try to make sure those are played and run through in time for the launch of the thing. Number two is director level picks. Number three is what people vote on. And number four would be stuff that people haven't voted on, but that publishers or distributors sent to me for free. Those are, and I very rarely get to that fourth. Those first three priorities keep me pretty much busy the whole time. And number five would be games that we bought ourselves. And so those games never, ever get covered, pretty much. I think that was a question. Do you only accept Kickstarter games if they fit in your schedule? I accept Kickstarter games if I read the rules and think they'll be fun. That's my only criteria, is if I think Jen and I will enjoy it. Because I have to admit, I don't accept any payment for doing them, but I do like doing them for a few reasons. One, because I know it helps those. I love helping little independent people make their, independent folks make their dreams come true. I feel very, very good about that. It's very, very satisfying knowing that I can make a big difference there. Although again, it's only on games that we like. If we don't like them, there have been many of them, not many, but there's been Probably, well, 9 out of every 10 that anybody asks me to run through, I say no. I'm not interested in it because it doesn't look good or because it wouldn't be the type of thing we enjoy. Of that 10th that we do actually run through, and I do like 4 or 5 a month, so you can imagine how many people ask. I spend at least a full day every week, at least one full day reading rules, most of which for games I will never play, just because I can dismiss them based on reading the rules, because I've read a lot of rules, and I can pretty much tell how a game is going to be from reading the rules. But if if it makes it through that cross, then 9 out of 10 I will probably end up playing. There's that 10th out of those ones that make it through that turns out, oh, I was wrong. We didn't like it. That was a terrible mistake. This is absolutely horrible. We don't like it at all. And under those circumstances, I contact the publisher and ask them, hey, I'll still do the run through if you want. It's your call. If not, tell me where to send it, and I'll just put it in the mail and send it to somebody else. So that happens every once in a while. But most of the time I get it right, and we like them. So we don't always necessarily love them, but they're always good, because if they weren't, we wouldn't have played them in the first place. And all right. After finishing a TV show with multiple seasons, is there a pattern for which seasons you like best? Generally, I tend to like the early seasons better when the momentum and storylines are building up.
Well, I think the first season is never as good because everybody's kind of finding their little settling into their character.
Okay.
I think actually I probably like the later seasons better because they're my old friends by that point, and I know a lot of their backstory and the history, and they've been building an arc. So yeah, I think probably for me later seasons.
Good answer. I'm going to go with knee here though and say always more exciting when it's new and fresh and you have no idea what's happening and it could go in a million different directions. Right. To Captain. Matt says, well, one way you could figure out how to give out your invites, maybe send an invite to a captain of the internet. Spoilers, Matt. Alrighty, I can take one of your invites. All right. So we're only just catching up to where we were talking about the invites.
Wow, that was like a half hour ago.
Yep. Let's see. Where in England will Jen be staying?
Actually, does anybody live near Stansted Airport? If you do, would you send us an email? Because I need somewhere safe to spend the night in Stansted.
You want to give a little more? I mean, you might want to. They're going to think you're talking about couch surfing, and that's not what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, we have a little camper van in England, and so when I'm up in England, I live in my camper van. And I have a couple places in Guildford that I know I feel safe and comfortable parking it and sleeping in it overnight. And otherwise, I'm pretty much in my studio, dawn to dusk. So I tend to go out and have dinner with friends in the evening and then just crash. And that's pretty much what I do when I'm in England, is I work hard and sleep. Mm-hmm. Like he makes it sound like I go away for a month and have this exotic vacation, but I don't. I work hard.
Yes, she does. She does very hard.
So, but for one night, I'm actually going to go see some lovely people in Germany who are going to help me with my eyes, because I seem to be having some stuff. Anyway, and I'm flying out of Stansted, and I can just park my camper van at the airport, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just spend the night in somebody's driveway.
Now, what you're probably going to get offers for is you can crash in our guest bedroom. That is what you're going to be much more likely to get an offer for.
Well, that's
because
very nice.
Most people in England don't have countryside houses. You're just saying, can I park my van in front of your duplex and sleep on the street in front of your house?
Oh, I suppose. Yeah, I guess
that's what you're asking.
I'm sort of thinking, well, or that they might have a driveway that I could park in.
It's been a while since you've lived in England. But you're right. I mean, yes, there could be people who have some land that some crazy lady could sleep out in her van on the land.
The first house that we rented in Guildford had a driveway.
Yeah, sure.
Just because our house in Guildford now
the first one we bought didn't, though.
I know, that's true. Well, the first one, the only one.
Yeah, the only one, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought I've got to get this sorted out fairly soon. So anyway, there you go. Random call out for somebody in the Stansted area.
Yeah.
Now that we've probably got 3 people still paying attention to us.
Yeah. Let's see.
What was the question?
It was, where are you going to be in England?
Oh,
I think you covered that pretty well.
Mainly Guildford. I'm going to go up to Stourbridge, though, towards the end of my stay because the International Glass Festival is going on. So that'll be fun. Spend a weekend up there. A couple of my girlfriends in the van. We're all going to camp out in the van.
Can I articulate why I like El Dorado more than Clank? I'm glad you asked, Darth.
I asked that too, and he could not.
Yeah, I can.
Well, whatever. You didn't at the moment. You just moved on.
Oh, did you ask earlier?
Yeah.
I missed it. I was just
I
looking
think
for the
he
next
was.
question.
Yeah, he was. Reading.
Let's see. There's two questions. Why do I like this more, and why do I think it's the better design? Although actually, no, that's one question. I like this more because it is the better designed game. It is, I think, objectively the superior design. Because, how would you put it? It's more to the metal. Clank has a lot of fluff, a lot of extemporaneous things that are very, very cool and very interesting. But the core of Clank as a deck builder is very chaotic. It follows the Ascension model where, hey, every round, what can I buy? Oh, well, it's whatever came out. Oh, and what's the new thing that comes out? And I think that model of deck building is inferior. What do you call it? The Ascension model of deck building, where you just have this random river of cards and, oh, yeah, I can buy a card, and these are all crap for me. And then it's Jen's turn, and oh my God, this is the perfect card for me. This is awesome. I can't believe how great this is.
Well, I don't remember the deck building part of Clank.
What do you remember then? It's the whole game is a deck builder.
Well, that you move around in the thing, and that sometimes
By building a deck and moving around just like this.
Yeah, I'm not remembering the card part.
It's kind of the whole game. And remember, you build a deck, and some of the cards you buy have Clank, so whenever you have to play them, it makes more Clank, and it appears in the little... I mean, to be fair, Jen hasn't played Clank for...
No, we played it like a couple months ago, didn't we, with somebody?
I think I did. I don't know that you did. Were you there? I don't remember. I remember I did, but I'm not sure if you were there or not. Maybe you were.
Anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, I would say it comes down to the superior system. This is a game where you have a lot more control. It's a lot less random chaos as to how your deck gets built, because there's a fixed number of cards that are going to be in the game, and it's up to players to define how this market evolves as opposed to random chance, where one player can get huge benefit and another player could get completely worked over. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Clank. It's totally fine they use that system, but I feel that this game, the outcome is more strongly dictated by the choices the player makes. It's true in Clank as well, but to a lesser degree. There's a lot more random confounding factors that make it a stronger, a funnier game, a more thematic game, but again, to my taste, a weaker game because it's less about player choices and more about crazy confluence of events. Then again, there's nothing wrong with that, but that would be.
Where's Clank?
It's up on the wall.
Yeah, where?
We only have 300 games.
It's on the far left middle, directly below Forge War and above Auto Mania. Let's see. Oh, and I think I might have accidentally skipped. Oh dear, you've been doing so well. Why did you skip? Alrighty. Would you like playing D&D with the internet? I don't see how that would work with the delay. I don't know. I guess Twitch is better about the delay, right? But of course you wouldn't do it like this. You'd do it through Skype or something. I don't know. I think that's something I want to play. But here's the I don't really am not interested in a role-playing game that's a lot of. It seems like they've become more like board games, where it's a lot of tactical skirmish combat, moving around, then rolling a lot of dice. That would be the least interesting thing to me. To me, what's interesting is creative problem solving and communal storytelling. So I'd like to do that, but I'd want to do that in person. And I'd like to do it with Jen.
Okay, I remember this now.
Do you remember that it is in fact a deck builder? Jen has gone off. She has opened the box. She has looked and said, oh my gosh, yes, there are cards here. And she is now remembering the fact that it is. She can confirm for the entire internet that Clank is a deck builder.
Sorry.
It's okay, Annie Pie. We play a lot of games. It's totally understandable. It's not your job to remember all this stuff. Alrighty. Speaking of cameras, how do you do the first-person view in your vids? I basically hold the camera. If this were the camera, I hold it like this, and I play like this. That's what I do. If you look on the static camera, which is the camera that's right overhead looking straight down, occasionally, if I have to reach across the table to reach something far away, you'll see the top of my head and the camera kind of come into frame, and so you can see that on the static cams every once in a while. Let's see. Are you looking forward to First Martians? I don't know. I don't know how different it is from Robinson Crusoe, which I thought was a great game, but it just wasn't really a good game for me or Jen. I mean, it was a great game, just not right for us. And I worry that First Martians won't be any different. And in spite of the fact that there's a lot of stuff I really like. I mean, I love the app. I don't know where Jen went. Apparently, she's left. She's gone to England now. She's not coming back. So I'm excited about it. They didn't send me a review copy, so I don't imagine I'm going to be getting a review copy before October. I'm worried that a lot of people are complaining about the rules not being very good. I don't know if that's the case or not. I didn't really have that much of a problem with the rules in Ignati's games, though. Like, I mean, I thought the first version of the rules were fine. I thought Pret-a-Porter's rules were fine. So I guess I'm not that worried about it. I'm just worried that it'll be a big, long game, and all the random, the stuff we didn't like about Robinson Crusoe will be equally true for this. Let's see. Do I have a favorite setup in particular for Colony? No, we haven't played it enough. We played it. We've probably played that game maybe 4 times. I only think we played it once after I did the original run through for it, and that's because I was trying to figure out if it would make my top 10 dice games. So I haven't played enough to actually be able to say. All I know is it still bugs me that, a third of the cards we'll never use because they're attack cards or trade cards. So they're only good if you want to attack each other, if you have more players so you can trade. I'd love to try those trade cards, but that would never work in a 2-player game, so that's kind of a shame. Has Jen ever seen the movie The Lady in the Van?
Oh dear, that sounds like a scary thing that would make me to be totally freaked out about sleeping in a van.
All right.
I don't know. So no, I haven't.
And she probably doesn't want to. I'm not familiar with that movie myself. Let's see.
I avoid watching
Honey.
scary things because I have a very active imagination, and I do not need more scary stuff in my head.
Honey Pie.
Yes.
Team Epic Meow would like to mention that Stansted is a 25-minute drive away.
Oh.
However, it's all road and not a lot of space to park. Frowny face. Wish we could help. So.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Thank you for that information. Yeah.
She'll figure something out.
Oh, I definitely will. I mean, worst I'll park at the parking thing.
Yeah. See. God, Isle of Trains was disappointed in the box. Too small to hold the cards. I don't remember that being the case. Are there any games where you were disappointed by the packaging?
I'm always disappointed when they send a huge box.
Yeah, obviously that's the standard thing. That why is there this big gigantic empty box of air? So that's disappointing. But yeah, that's just kind of a standard thing. I'm really not a big fan of super fancy, elaborate molded inserts. To me, they're more trouble than they're worth. I'd rather toss it and just throw all the things into bags. Because to me, they make setting up and putting the game away take longer than just, I've got a bag of stuff. At the end of the game, I'll throw it in the bag. At the beginning of the game, I'll dump it out on the table and we can go. As opposed to, no, I got to make sure everything's sorted and put it in the correct slots and all that. So I know a lot of people love them, but I'm just not a big fan of super elaborate inserts. Just played a couple games of Yokohama. Now looking at Nippon. What's your thoughts comparing the two? I barely remember Nippon. We only played it once and didn't like it because it was so sandboxy. Seemed great. Oh, and plus, actually, I think that was one, if I could, I would go back and redo that run through because I did actually make a very significant mistake in the rules. Didn't address the thing we didn't like about it, but so I really can't say. You'd have to talk to somebody else, sorry. But it was very sandboxy, as I recall, whereas Yokohama was not, so it would just come down to that. Are you getting the second edition of Gloomhaven? No.
What?
There's going to be a second edition of Gloomhaven.
I know. Why are we not getting it?
It's the exact same game.
Oh.
It's just the biggest thing is a lot of the, you know how I've had to scribble on a lot of the cards and stuff like that? If you buy the second edition of the game, you'll get totally updated cards that are fixed and all that. And
I've heard you talk
I would happily pay, I would probably pay $20 or $30 to get completely redone cards if that were an option. But that's my only real complaint. We pretty much, nowadays, we don't even use the real book because it's kind of falling apart. I use the PDF with all the spoiler things on it, which is awesome. I don't remember who did that, but it's absolutely phenomenal. Great work. Do you know anything about the reprint of Shadowrun Crossfire, Catacombs, or Project Elite? I want all of those. They are so expensive right now. I do not know anything about one of them. I know a little bit about one of them, but nothing that anybody else doesn't know. I just know what's online. And I know a bit more about one of them. And that's all I can say. Sorry.
Spoilers!
Exactly. The Lady in the Van, honey, it's not a scary movie. It's a comedy drama based on a true story where an old lady parks in a van on a playwright's drive.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'd probably like that.
All right.
Thank you.
All righty. Oh, I think we're pretty much done. We're all caught up.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you excited for the Terraforming Mars expansion? No, because we got rid of Terraforming Mars. And I can't imagine it's going to address what our concerns were about that game. Do I watch other board game YouTubers? If so, who are my favorites? I did a top 30 or top 40 list like a year ago. It's probably out of date now. But, you know, I really like No Pun Included. And if you send it to questions@rahdo.com, I'll talk about it in the next podcast because I do have a pretty thorough list. I'm just not going to go dig it up right now. And hey, we get a copy of Feudum and do a run through. Thought we did. Feudum. Nope. Feudum looks brilliant. I love a lot of things about it, but nope, not for us. Too conflicty. Same reason we won't do Scythe. It was in my most anticipated games until I found out how conflict heavy it was. And again, conflict heavy by our standards. Most people would think it's not very conflict heavy, but it has too much conflict for us. And Arboretum coming out soon. No, never played Arboretum. Not interested. Just, there's no theme. It's an abstract card game. Do you remember the name of the PC game for songs? Oh. No, I don't. But do a search for free PC Elite Beat Agents, and I'm sure you'll find it. It's incredibly popular. Heck, I'll do it right now, because now that we're talking about it so much, I want to download it again, because it's awesome. The only problem with it was you have to download a skin that makes it look and sound like Elite Beat Agents, but then it's perfect. Elite Beat Agents PC software. Let's find it. That'll do it, I'm sure. It's OSU, O-S-U exclamation point. It's life-changing. How did we meet? On the University of Washington campus. We've talked about that several times. I'm sure you can find it. If you go to podcast.rahdo.com, I'm sure it'll be in there somewhere. Because every question that's ever been asked, podcast.rahdo.com, just do a search for the word meet or something like that, and it'll probably be there.
So then they have to go listen to the podcast to find out the answer?
Well, yeah. I mean, but I put timestamps, so they'll be able to find it.
Okay.
The pizza story. The pizza story. Why do I feel like I should know what that is? What is that?
That would be the thing that your way to treat me.
Oh, yeah. That's in the podcast. We totally talked about that.
Yeah.
Surely, yeah. What was the music? What was that music game? Oh, yeah, Osu. Yeah, Osu was the one I was talking about. I think. Let me double check that. Now that everybody's interested in Osu. Yeah, Osu. Definitely. With somebody had made, like I said, a skin for it that makes it look and sound exactly like Elite Beat Agents. Do you have Thunderstone Advance? Any of you played Thunderstone Quest? No and no. I'm very excited about Quest, but I probably won't be seeing it for quite a while. But when it shows up, I'm really stoked about it. We finally sold our Thunderstone Original because we just didn't have room for it. And now Quest is coming out. What to do? And all caught up.
Woo!
Any closing words you'd like to throw out there, Honey Pie?
I just wondered, because this table is going to get raffled off, have they made the announcement yet?
No.
Because it would be really nice if we could help them sell raffle tickets.
They are not ready yet.
Okay.
Spoilers, though.
Well, I
don't
wanna
know.
help if I
yes,
can.
but they haven't got their stuff together. Probably not until the first week of August, I imagine, is when
That's when
I'll
I'll be
make a
in
video
England.
and put it up.
Okay.
I believe that's when it goes live.
All right.
So, all right. Nice try, though.
Well, okay.
Yep. Okay, then. Let's see. I don't think anything has probably come up. It looked like it slowed down pretty well. Honey Leva says lots of love.
And also she says she's done.
Yeah, so
Leva's
Leva's done, we're done, folks.
Yep.
All righty, then. I got to find the big green button. The big red button.
The red button.
I'm going to hit it now.
Okay,
and I
thanks,
don't think it
everybody.
stops immediately. So
Yeah,
just
you'll hear
continue to
us
talk, and it will very
talking.
abruptly